Debbie Billions. This your Ankara today is giving. You look good, baby.
Thank you.
You look fine.
Thank you, Z.
And we have the husbandman.
Oh,
Our daddy.
mommy.
Our shawarma.
Stop it. I like
Barbecue.
Oh, that's
Pepper
me.
soup.
Oh.
Chocolate.
Otawa.
Anything sweet
Oh,
what you
God.
want to call out.
Oh, God.
Naim Hibi. We have Edafe, the mouthpiece.
Gracias.
You're looking good too.
Thank you,
Today everybody's just looking
Everybody's
sharp.
serving.
I want to be
Everybody's
I want to be giving
serving.
model
vibes. Okay, what are we doing today? What are we giving today, John Dumelo?
No. Ramsey Noah with a touch of Kunle Remy.
With this black skin, Ramsey Noah.
No, the outfit is
Yeah, the
Ramsey.
outfit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then his skin is Jim Ike.
Okay. I see. You'll be fine. Today is going to be mind-blowing. See, when I say mind-blowing, I know what I am talking about. We have somebody in the room with us. He is a voiceover artist, an actor, a singer, a full-on entertainer. Being with this man has shown me that resilience and strength is not just by carrying muscle everywhere. We have with us Jazzy Emeka, a.k.a. Emeka the Star.
Yes.
Hello, Emeka.
Welcome.
Thank you for that intro. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
I think you should do that. This is Emeka the Star, the
Yeah.
40-year-old man who has...
Of
Please
course,
do that.
why wouldn't
Do
I?
that for me,
Go
do that for me.
ahead.
Give it to me. Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Emeka the Star. That 40-year-old boy. That boy that's actually a man. And that man that's actually a boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Emeka the Star.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
I love
Amazing.
watching that.
I love this. I really
The
love
voice
this.
is so
Thank you so much for
Thank you so
coming
much.
on
Thank
this.
you for that.
When I saw voiceover artist, I remember seeing your first video, and I was like, voiceover artist. Then I scrolled and I saw that, okay, he has different voices.
Yeah.
Different textures, not just different voices.
Different textures.
Different textures, yeah.
And this is one of them. That one you just gave is one of them. Then your regular talking voice is one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I could imagine.
And then he does
though.
his big brother voice.
Yes. Can you do that one again?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Big Brother. Emeka the Star. Please report to the diary room.
I will definitely report to that. I will report to that diary room. I don't have a choice.
No, he's a complete entertainer.
Yes, you are a complete entertainer.
I saw this video where it was posting the red carpet,
I'm
and I was
blushing.
like, this is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, God bless you for
okay,
that. Thank you.
mind you, I did not add makeup artist.
Oh, yeah.
He's a man of many talents.
Oh, my God.
Many talents.
Thank
you
you for
so
that.
much for coming on.
Thank
You're welcome.
And before we go on, I want to thank our amazing sponsors, Ico Gas, our restaurant, and
This Glam for always glamming us.
yes, thank you so much for making this show possible.
Yeah.
So, Emeka the Star.
Yes.
We've Googled you. I like to say that on this show. We've Googled you.
We have.
It's nice to know that someone Googled.
We've checked here and there,
Okay.
and we came across a particular video on
Yeah.
your TikTok page
Okay.
that says that you listed different people that Emeka
Not
the
just
Star.
people.
Okay.
I would say, was it 6 or 7 or 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prominent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prominent
Most
people.
important Nigerians in the world.
True.
Yeah.
You listed prominent Nigerians that you have either assisted with your ideas, and you said so many things in that video, like, oh, this was my idea, this was my idea.
Even brought some of them to start.
Yes, you brought you gave some of them their names. Can you please tell us about that? These different people, yeah? You listed Don Jazzy, for example. Let's start from Don Jazzy.
Don Jazzy.
So tell us, how
Okay.
exactly did that happen?
Okay. When I went to primary school called Early Life Primary School, Festa Town, and at my 4th class, after primary 4, I did the common entrance, and I somewhat failed, but I still got the admission to Federal Government College, Janiki, Lagos, 1996. Now, if you do your calculations to now that I'm 40 to 2025, 1996, I was about 10 or 11 or 12. Now, JSS1, I got admitted, and lo and behold, that school has birthed over 6 or 7 famous Nigerians, not only Don Jazzy.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
There is an MVCA winner,
The
an
MVCA winner.
actor, a notable, important, very important fine boy actor in Nigeria that attended that school that was actually a prefect.
You want to tell us the name?
It was a press prefect.
You want to tell us the
Tell
name?
us the name.
Why not?
Tell us. I like to get the tea.
Not now, much later. I think he will reveal himself later. But he's notable for fine boy that he is, and he won an African Magic Movie Award
Recently.
way back.
Okay,
way back. He's not a young boy, a young timer or anything like that.
okay.
He's one of the, should I say, the fresh face historian of the youths of Nigeria.
Okay.
In the right direction and making an impact in the right direction. Will I call them the real Gen Zs with intellect, not the Gen Zs with only money in the pocket?
Yeah. All right. So you were telling us about Don Jazzy.
Jazzy,
And
Yeah. So weird occurrence is that Don Jazzy and his younger sister attended my school.
Oh, okay.
Her name was Joy Enebeli. And Don Jazzy's surname is Enebeli. Now, see, I was in JSS1, he was in SS3, about to leave.
Okay.
Now, Don Jazzy was known for this. And he's still known by all of us that attended that school in that era that he attended. He was the head of everything social in school. You cannot compare, you can't phantom the talent he had. Don Jazzy could turn a room into a showroom of pure lights and glamour in such a, I don't know how he did it. This guy was a planner, but a planner of entertainment. Don Jazzy, as young as he was in SS3 class, a young man would walk into a stage, single out talents, promote them to perform, build the stage for you to perform. Host the events to bring a crowd to perform. Publicly announce to the crowd that you are going to perform and they should look forward to you performing. And he will also promote you that you are going to perform to ginger the crowd to come to watch your performance.
Wow.
all of this was happening like
He was the event planner. He was the promoter.
Wow.
He was the contractor. He was the director. He was the stage director.
Oh, wow.
He even brought special effects.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Don Jazzy would bring a drama group. Direct that drama group.
Are you serious?
Organize the stage for the drama group.
in SS3.
Bring the costumes and the props for the drama group.
Meaning he's been like
And the effects for the drama group. It was that bad that when they needed fire, Don Jazzy gave them fire. When they needed fire at a particular stage or a part of the story, Don Jazzy will give them that fire.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Now, we had a hall where we were to host anything social.
Yeah.
And it was a hall that had our library and a event hall. Now, almost, should I say, all the school's events was hosted in that hall. But the whole school left it all to Don Jazzy to just take control. And he did an amazing job at it.
Oh wow.
Don Jazzy gave me the best memories in school.
Wow.
I still remember a particular drama that he did, that he organized. They wanted fire. Don Jazzy gave them, you know that fleets that you just go,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right there, back there when it was not even existing, when nobody knew what it was.
Yeah.
Even in the movies, it was not existing. Only in America they were doing that. But this young man brought it to us to entertain us.
Oh, wow.
And some people had amazing memories of school because of him.
Jazzy. Wow.
And when he wanted to graduate, the whole school, this guy hosted the school party to graduate. And this guy invited other schools in that SS3 class to come and watch and be part of it.
Aww.
Hey, God. That was the dawn of the jazz. He was the Jazzy that was the dawn of the jazz of entertainment in school. So, while I was watching one of his events at night, I still remember a drama where they had to use the fire, the spray on the fire. I just kept on looking around and I was like, is this what this boy was? Is this what this boy achieved? What the hell? I was like, he can do even so much more. This is a billionaire. What's going on? I was like, wait, this guy can just venture into event planning, this and that, directing this and that, but that's not really his thing. Then I had this flashback, like this vision, like portrayed in my eyes, where I saw him promoting 3 girls, like a 3 group, like Destiny's Child.
Yeah. Okay.
Right there in school, this guy brought his fellow classmates, 3 girls, and formed them into a group, a dance group.
Oh, wow.
To be like the Destiny's Child.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Like, at that age, what the heck?
And you saw that happen already.
I was like, wait, that's what he's supposed to be doing now. This is supposed to be a music producer, music director. He should be in music. And back then, I loved jazz.
Okay.
When I used to listen to jazz, even as young as I was. I think I was just about 12 years old back then. Yes. Then I was like, this guy is jazzy. And he's the dawn of this jazz. Like, wow, that's a beautiful name. Dawn Jazzy. You're the dawn of entertainment. You've got the jazz. And you're the dawn of it. So I said, wow, that's the name I'm going to give him. But before then, he hated me with passion. Oh, Lord. He hated me with passion. All of you called on Jazzy, I gig and all of that, but I just laugh at you guys. But the rest of us who knew him in school back then knew who he really was. Though Jazzy is not a nomadic lover. He's not a Casanova. He's not all these childish men that go ranting and raving about their escapades. He's not childish. He's matured. He keeps it private.
That's why I have a
Because you have to respect the woman if you love a woman.
Yeah.
This guy had a love interest. I don't know if you permit me to say this,
give
but
us
he
gist.
had a
Give us the
love
gist.
interest. A half Liberian, half Nigerian.
Wow.
Oh my God. The love interest was so beautiful. Because everyone loved their friendship. It was mind-blowing. They were together 2-4-7. It was that bad that he made the girl younger brother his school son.
Wow.
Just
They
to
were
stay close
obsessed.
always.
You will see them hand in hand, walking together, taking long strolls. I was so jealous. Oh my goodness. So all of that, I was like, wait, this guy with all these talents cannot just come outside and be one kind of because one thing, you could have passion for what you do and still end up in an abusive hand. Where they just use all that passion and you would not feel it because you have passion for what you
you're
do.
doing. Yeah.
You won't feel it. You don't even know you're being used.
Yeah.
So that was like, oh, this guy has to be the head of it all. So that is it. A few days later, I met him at the school auditorium. That's where the teachers and the proprietors and the vice principal and all of that, that's where the office is, the school office, the school admin. So I walked up to him. He was sitting with his friends. I walked up to him. I was a bit scared because he didn't like me at all. He couldn't stand. There were instances where he told me not to come close. It was this girl that
Said it
directly to me that don't come near me. There was this girl that was, I better leave him alone, Gary, Chichi's friend. And he will shun the Chichi for making me a friend. Then he didn't like me at all. It was really, couldn't stand me. He does not like feminine men. He doesn't like them at all. But I think, like, maturing in entertainment, you just let go. But beforehand, and I still hand, it's still can't stand feminine men. He can't stand it. So then I walked up to him. I was like, sorry. He said, yeah, what's happening? I was like, then I told him what I wanted to tell him. And he was like, I don't remember the details, but it said something like, what name should I use? Then that's when I opened up my mouth and said, Don Jazzy, because you're the Don of the Jazz. And that was it. Then I now gave another one and said, when you mature, like really mature, if you were ever to leave the country to the UK and you meet someone called Benji, bring him down here. Let him be the first talent you manage. And his name should be D'banj.
Oh, wow.
So I came up with the two. Don
Those two
Jazzy
names.
And D'banj.
Wow.
And they stuck to the name.
Yeah. I say you should bring him down here and his name should be D'banj. Bring him down here. It should be the first act and it should be the beginning of
Great things.
Mm.
the Don of the Jazz. Don Jazzy.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
And that was it. So I'm curious, yeah. After Don Jazzy and the okay, you mentioned that you did some tryouts
Yes.
for Nigerian Idols and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
How did all of that go?
Okay. Since age 12,
Yeah.
I have been on a journey
Okay.
to stardom. I've been chasing, having opportunities, and thinking that those opportunities will favor me because of the ideas that I exchanged for those opportunities.
Okay.
Because I thought that I would get a return from them and somehow become famous.
Okay.
So I was making moves to become famous because from a tender age, I wanted to be someone really big in this country. I didn't want to be an ordinary person. I wanted to be a big star. So I would set out every day, dress up, brush my teeth, polish my skin, dress up, on the move. And I met random people as a boy, random people that became the stars of today
Wow.
after giving them brand ideas and brand names.
So
They stole the ideas.
I don't know. They didn't steal it. I gave it to them. We had an agreement, but the thing about it is that 99% of men can't stand feminism in men. They can't stand it. Even if you want to say, oh, I don't blow Jerry, all those things supposed they consign me. Your friends will change your mind.
Yeah.
Your environment will change your mind. Your mother will change your mind. So there is no room for any kind of, shall I say, pity. Your friends will say, I'm online fucking business. Sorry for that. Well, his friends will tell you that, look, give you idea and so wait you can do for this one they behave like which guy when they behave like no, it's not possible.
Wow.
Mine go change sharp. Like a star like me with this kind of person, what am I trying to say? Like Nigerians will hate me. What do I do? There's a dilemma.
yeah.
To be or not to be.
Yeah.
So can you give us an example or a few examples? I don't want to
Like
really,
a
I don't want to
few
name
names?
names from the video that I saw,
Yeah.
but can you give us example
Give
of
us
people
names.
that, aside Don Jazzy and the band, other people who you gave them ideas and they are who they are
Former
today?
president of this very good nation.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is
Sir Ebele Goodluck Jonathan.
You gave him an idea.
how you met
Oh,
him.
what idea?
I was 16 years old. I went to the island to go chase opportunities to become famous. I was dressed in a similar color like this, a white shirt and a brown trouser. Yeah, and it's strange I'm dressed in the same thing now. And it was a corporate.
Okay.
There was the launch of the Silverbird Galleria, 2001. That's by Ben Murray Bruce,
Yes,
the owner of Silver Group of companies. The launch of Silver Galleria. Now, at CMS Road, heading to Adela Deco and Bar Beach.
Yeah.
That road is known for mad traffic each time for years.
True.
Now, the hosting of the great Silverberg Galleria, that's the building itself, the whole Galleria Empire. Now, he invited the late Stella Obasanjo, who was his dear friend then. So, Sir Ebele Goodluck Jonathan was actually Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State at that time. Now, Ben Bruce is from Bayelsa State.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
So, he invited his best friend and the governor. Well, I never say I was the governor back then, but he was having issue with what was going on back then, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he couldn't attend. Now, Sir Ebele Goodluck Jonathan attended that event. But guess what? He was late on arrival due to the traffic on a long CMS road.
Okay.
Now, Sam Ben Bruce came on. He was actually, I think he was the DJ of NT at that time also. Was he after? I don't remember. But he complained on national television about that prominent problem in Lagos State.
Okay.
So, my boss that I was in was able to maneuver
Okay.
the hold-up.
Okay.
We started from behind, but we almost getting to the front.
Wow.
Yeah, and the driver was an amazing driver. That was real driving. So then the security official stopped him,
Okay.
asked all the whole passengers to alight from the bus, but looked at me and said, "No, you stay."
Okay.
Maybe because I was well dressed. I guess I was politely, respectfully just
Dressed,
decent enough for them to wrap me around. So then, lo and behold, then the deputy governor of Bayelsa State was bothered that same boss with his wife and few of his entourage so they could get to that
As
event.
quickly as possible.
Oh.
Now, from the age 12, I had been on a mission to but give ideas. And someday pray that those ideas will make me have my own idea to become one of the biggest people in this country. I was on a mission. I was on a big mission. I'm still on that mission. So, but one thing strange about me was that I'm what you call a seer. Now, I tried to tell this story to different media groups. I won't mention their name, but they turned it down and said the fact that you're using the word seer is not allowed in the broadcasting. But I checked it up and I said it was not against the law. That a seer is almost like a pastor, so anything religious is not ruled out. So why did you say that? Boy, they didn't want that. I guess they were like, why would a girl be a seer? They didn't want that. So I think that's what the main reason. Then, so big up for you guys giving the story. So I was religiously gifted with a gift to give messages on prosperity, love, and sudden death.
Oh, wow.
As little as 12.
But did you in any time see the sudden death for somebody and it happened?
Yeah. Everyone who has died in the past. Stella Obasanjo, Michael Jackson,
You saw all of that.
Whitney
Saw
Houston.
them?
That's another story that will blow your mind.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're still on this bus.
Okay, let's
We're
go
still
to
on the bus.
Goodluck
Yeah.
Jonathan.
So, when that boss, then like a trance, like a pouring of water, I just turned around like this. Sir Ebele Goodluck Jonathan was right behind me. And I turned my back and I looked at him and said, "Sir, I'm sorry, I did not know who he was at that time." Because at that 16, I was already in full dose of depression. All of you know I've heard of my mental issues, where I ran mad at 19. So it was only 3 years after that I ran mad. So already going deep into depression. And I was already hearing voices. And I was already seeing what I'm not supposed to see. I was already becoming delusional. Like I could see other people when there were no other people. I could hear people when there were no other hearing. But I was still on that mission to achieve. So I was just hearing, seeing, but still going out there, giving my ideas, hoping someday that those ideas will benefit something for me. So I just turned back and I said, "Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know who you are, but sir, you should go into politics." He looked at me like this. He said nothing. Looked at me like this. I said, sir, but if you go into politics, you go from second position to the first position, and someday become the president of this very country.
That was what you said to
You
me.
told him that you go from second to
From
first.
second position to first position, someday become the president of this very country. He looked at me like, he couldn't say a word. Then I said, sir, I'm going to send you to someone. If any day you meet Stella Bassinger, tell her this, I told you this. And she will tell her husband, and he'll be the one that will even push you even more to become the president of this very country. I said, sir, I don't know who you are, but please, sir, go into politics. You would climb the ladder. From second position to first position.
Wow.
And you'll be so loved by the whole Nigeria. He looked at me like this. And I said, to even seal the deal, your mother is a very different, unique human being. She does not get old. He looked at me like this. How I knew that, I don't know how I knew that, but I just do it. I said, your mother does not get old. There's something about her that you don't even know, and you get confused. How she looks like your younger sister when she's your mother. I said, she should step out at midnight and say this prayer for you. That to finalize everything. He looked at me. Then when the boss got to my bus stop, I think it was that military cantonment or something. Bonnie Camp. I just came down, but I do remember where I came down. But I knew I came down. Then I gave him my address in Festac Town.
You gave him your address?
Yes. There was no GSM and phones back then. So I gave him my address. 41 Road, C Close, Block 1, Flat 1. Shout out to you guys. C Close. At that time, families were supporting the OTCs where we were having our issues, but God bless you guys. So I gave them that address, and I was there. But I don't know, but we later moved out of Festac Town before. But guess what? When I got home, I watched the television and his wife, Patience, Jonathan, Madam Patience Jonathan, came on Newsline and was like, how can a Nigerian youth not know the deputy governor of Bayelsa State?
Oh.
I don't know if anyone can remember that. I don't know. But that was me. How would a Nigerian youth not know the deputy of Bayelsa State, deputy governor of Bayelsa State? What's the meaning of that?
Because you
you
said
had no idea who
I
he
did
was.
not know who he was. I did not know.
we're going to definitely go check that out. Because I was pretty young then. So
You could Google investigate it. Maybe to pop up, I don't know. But she was the one to make that official news announcement. That how would a young Nigerian not know the deputy governor of Bayelsa State? Lo and behold, he attended that function. And everything came to pass.
Oh, wow.
And the message was brought down. He became governor.
became governor.
And from governor, he became deputy.
And vice
Vice president.
president.
From vice president,
President.
he became
President.
president. So from second position to first
first.
position.
Now this
And he
is a
became one of the most loved presidents in the whole nation.
But in all of this, did you in any time try to go and look for him? Either when he was the
When he
governor
became
or
the-
when
Yeah,
he
so that
became
you
the
can
president?
say,
I did
I
not.
told you this.
I did not.
Deliberately, or you just didn't want to go?
After Madam Patient Goodluck Jonathan came on news to announce that, I was scared for my life because she sounded very angry. So I just said, "Oh, sorry," and I stayed. But I was still in depression, and I landed in the Jesus Catholic Hospital 3 years after. So whose brain do I want to go and give everybody?
You said at 16 you were already depressed.
Yeah, I
and
was
then
depressed.
At 19.
how exactly did it go from that point to being in the mental hospital?
Okay, because I told you that I was a seer. And I don't know if I'm still a seer because God took it out of me because of Nigerians didn't want me to tell them. Now, all the deaths at that era, both international and local, I knew about it before it was going to happen. And I knew how it was going to happen. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter. No, Whitney Houston's daughter. Patrick Swayze.
You knew how.
Patrick
they-
Swayze, Robin Williams,
Oh, wow.
the comedian Robin Williams, and Dagreen, the actor that did the fuck and play. What's his name? That's one with the very bulky, big as I was light skinned and slightly chubby. That did a movie called Fuck and Play. A Nigerian actor. I met him one-on-one. He was the only one I got the opportunity to meet one-on-one.
Oh.
And I warned only 3.
Okay.
You warned 3 people.
You told
I
them
got the
about
opportunity to warn only 3. The late Stella Bassinger. Yes. And almost all the American actors that died one after the other. The Fast and Furious actor.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Sam Loco,
Oh, wow.
Mr. Ebru,
So which of them did you warn? Who were
Yeah,
the
who
3
did
that
you
you
meet
warned?
and one?
Mama G, and the fuck and play actor, and Amaomi.
You warned them about what exactly?
Good. Now, the fuck and play actor he died of, I think, you know the stuff you have when you smoke too much, you drink too much? I think it's that kidney or liver, I don't even know.
Lungs.
But he was already going through dialysis. I met him at a popular Suya Sports in Flexer Town.
Okay.
So I was so happy that I finally got seeing him to warn him of that pending death. I was like, sorry, boss, but you may die soon if you don't stop this, your smoking and drinking. I had to be blunt.
You told him like that?
I told him like that. He had to be blunt because you
How
can't
did
play
he- how
with
did he
death. You
react?
cannot. He was like,
Oh, sorry.
he did like this. I know. I'm currently going through dialysis.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Then his wife was like, stop this drinking, stop this smoking, stop this drinking. I say, thank God. I just
You
feel
felt-
no way on my conscience.
You felt relaxed.
I was on the verge of losing my senses, losing my brain. I'm almost landing like it was when it got to 19, that is when
Just
went
knock off. Then I was like, thank God. Thank God. This one is not on me. This one is not on me. How do I face God? Then I was lying down in my parlor after watching TV. The one of Stella Bassinger just came, poop.
Oh.
A white nurse sliced her anyhow, put her in a cupboard and closed it.
That's what
That
you
was
saw.
what you saw.
Oh, wow.
That was when I saw that I put on television. She was announcing that she's a bit tired, that she wants to go on a holiday and come back fresh for her birthday.
Oh.
That was a secret plan to go have that surgery.
Oh, wow.
So
Then the actor you're talking about, is it Mona Obekwe?
I think that's his name.
That's fair.
That's very fair. Big round eyes.
Finally remember.
Yeah, he has a distinct voice. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one.
That's true.
The actor that famous gay movie too also.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's the one.
Yes, he's
Yeah, he's
the
the
one.
one. He's the
Yes,
one.
Muna.
He's the one. Yeah. So I was like, hey, what's going to happen? Then I think the same day or the next day, I don't know. Well, enter transport, enter road. Went to NTA because of Sir Benmore Bruce was the DG of NTA at that time. I was their best friend with Salabassijo. So I went to the security. I was like, excuse me, please, I need to see someone that you can get this information to Sir Benmore Bruce immediately. He was like, do you have an appointment? I said, I don't have an appointment. But his best friend, Stella Obasanjo, is about to deceive Nigerians and go on a trip just for in lies that in pretense that she wants to go holiday and rest for her birthday. She's actually going for a surgery and she'll not come back alive.
Ooh.
You said that.
Did
to
they
the-
listen to you?
He was like, sorry, if you are not on appointment, you cannot see anybody. I said, are you crazy?
Oh, wow.
This is
I screamed, I shouted, I was like, are you okay? He said, if you are not on appointment, you cannot see anybody. Please leave this place. That was it.
Wow.
I don't know what I did, but later that night, I could remember myself in a corner like this, plucking at my hair. Then, that was another one. Then, I was hearing a voice crushing on Michael Jackson. A male voice crushing on Michael Jackson. Then I closed my eyes. Then I could see his figure dressed up in his costume and dancing like him. But the figure was macho, had muscles, and he was dressed, he was dancing, doing the Michael Jackson dance, he was doing the moonwalk, he was doing exactly what, and he was calling his name. I was like, hey, a fan spirit.
Yeah.
You just decoded that it was.
It was a fan spirit. And that for his fan spirit to be that excited about a star coming over, that means the star is actually coming over. That's a fan spirit. A spirit as a fan. And he's excited. And if they're that excited, that means they're going to meet you one-on-one. In fact, they're going to be the one to welcome your soul. Being an actor doesn't mean you're only popular in the realm of human being. In hell and in heaven, you're popular. And if you're loved in both places also.
Oh,
Wow.
So it's a very big deal to sign. It's not just an ordinary contract. You're going to have fans in realms you will not believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the
saw
speech was in his costume, dancing and calling his name. Even said, "My love." Then
Now that's shocking.
Then I watched Dr. 912,
Yeah.
an old
Yeah, I remember.
cosmetic
I know
surgery.
what, yeah.
Then
Famous
the doctor was doing his regular talking about this. Then he dropped a drug on the table like this. And the name was turned to the camera. Then my spirit just said, that is the drug that will kill him. That was an anesthesia to sleep when there's surgery. Michael Jackson was given an overdose anesthesia to sleep because he couldn't sleep. And that's how he just died.
Yeah.
So, but when I got that message, I went to the embassy. American embassy. Yes, as young as I was. I went to the embassy.
You were quite
Board
audacious.
boss. You never know me. I board boss. CMS. Fabiana Ba. So my two. Board boss. CMS. It was that bad that some people who are really, really old in that my two bus stop know my face. I've been boarding bus from coming to this Victoria Island. Coming to this Victoria
Yeah,
Island.
understand,
To the island.
yeah.
I got to the American embassy in Walter Carrington Street. I've been in Walter Carrington Street for so many years. Even the security marked my face. Although they've changed security over the years, but they still marked my face. I went to them and I said, sorry, excuse me, but some American celebrities, Michael Jackson first, is about to die. And this is how you're going to die. He said, sorry, do you have an appointment to see anybody? I said, please, if I can get anybody inside this embassy that can come and at least just hear me, then give the message to them. Sorry, if you don't have any appointment, you cannot see anybody. I said, calm down. This celebrity is about to die, and some are coming after him too. Many will die after him. Oh. Sorry, if you don't have an appointment, you cannot see anybody.
You think they thought so because of how you looked, or because you think
No, there's nothing. No. What are you saying? In Nigeria, every security firm at the
that's
gates
true.
must demand
There
for
was
an
always
appointment.
demand
Well, no matter what you're coming for, you must have an appointment.
True,
It's the protocol of the whole nation.
Yeah.
There's no emergency meeting.
That's true.
There is no emergency meeting. It's the protocol of everywhere. You must have an appointment.
That's true.
Who do you want to see? If you like be standing with fire on your head, who do you want to
Who do
see?
you want to see? Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, there's nothing like an emergency. So I was I
The
turned.
whole death thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting scared.
I walked away. Then one after the other list just came in. Whitney Houston. Then I said, how is it going to happen? She's going to drown in a bathtub after a drug overdose. Then Robin Williams. I said, over the years, Robin Williams made the whole world laugh, but I could see depression in his eyes. I knew he was depressed. I knew he was sad. Then after he did one kind of weird movie about the afterlife, I knew he was going to kill himself. Then I said, Robin Williams, suicide. Patrick Swayze, illness, a terminal illness that just came from nowhere. Michael Jackson, because of he wanted to sleep. And Whitney Houston's daughter, the same way Whitney Houston died. And that she would repeat her daughter, our mother's destiny. And who else?
You mentioned that green.
Fast and Furious. No, I'm talking about America now.
Okay,
Fast and Furious actor who died in a car accident because of the lifestyle of driving Fast and Furious. And that was it. And so, but I could not get the information across. So what I did was this. Larry King Live of CNN. I sent his website, the full list of the American celebrities that were going to die one after the other.
You sent it to him.
And how they were going to die. But guess what? that's the wrong thing to do because if you cannot send an email to a website, it will crash the website down. It may deliver, it may not be delivered, but it will crash the website down. I don't know how is that possible, but it will. You can only send to an email
address.
But I was desperate. They were, all the whole media firms do not put a contact link. No matter the emergency, they don't put a contact link. I Googled CNN so much. I even tried using iReports. But when I want to use it, the protocol was just too hard and too confusing. So I just sent it to like King Clive and said, oh, that's what I can do. Then later, I didn't know what to do. I send it to Oprah Winfrey Show. No email. I send it to Oprah Winfrey Show. Websites. Direct. Straight to websites.
You didn't still go through.
It crashed both of them's website. And they came on national television station to announce that somebody sent them a mail that crashed their website.
Ooh.
Wow. I said that to God who made me.
And
Oprah
you
Winfrey and Larry King Live came on television because we had GSTV, my family, so I could watch what's going on in America. They came and announced on their shows that somebody sends a mail to their website and crashed it, and it was me. I was like, what's going on? I'm over here, you're over there, and see what I did.
Oh.
That was it.
That's crazy.
And one after the other, the celebrities died one after the other.
That's, like I said, this whole death talk is a little weird.
Yeah, then
It's a little weird.
Then the ones I want was Omaomi. Now, Omaomi, when she first started, was known for her short skirts and her short gowns. In her album cover, she wore a short skirt, short gown. Then I was already exposed mentally, so I could see what's going on. That was not really going on. There was a spirit under her poking her. And a silent voice just came, an ovarian issue. So I went on Lagos again, on the move. We have to warn her, because I loved her.
You went to warn her.
I went to warn her on a mission. On a mission to warn Omaomi because I loved Omaomi. So I met her best friend instead. There's a DJ, I don't remember his name, but he was the era when DJ Jimmy Jazz was trending. He was big on the big cyphers, and he had dreads, and he was very dark. He had dreads. I don't know his name.
I think it's humility.
Humility.
He had dreads,
He's big.
Yeah, he's big.
and he had dreadlock. He was friends of Maomi, they were real good friends. Now, in Palm Shopping Mall, they had an event.
Okay.
And I had this gut feeling to go to Palm Shopping Mall. That I would get that message from Maomi. But that was after that grain died. But I could not get... I don't know whether I met him somewhere, but I was looking down one because I saw a video of his boys and him. They all were holding like baseball bats. I was like,
You didn't want any
if you walk into this crowd, that baseball bats go turn you to sandpaper for the ground. Oh. Not try nigga, not try I was like, what do I do now? How am I going to warn this guy with this kind of party and this kind of friends? How am I going to warn this guy? How am I going to honestly warn this guy to at least stay off driving for now before something happens to him? How am I going to warn such a person when his whole life is built on men, masculinity, and real masculinity, and they ain't going to take shit from nobody? How am I going to warn that kind of person? Come in and do like, how am I going to do it? Who's going to listen? So I had no choice. Not that I had no choice, but I didn't know how to do it. I did not know how to do it. That was pure suicide. I want cats walk, go meet that green, say, oh, you won't die soon. No, I'll be the one to die that soon.
But then, at what age did you find out that you had this ability
To
At
see?
what
As a
age
seer.
did you find out?
I think 3 or 2 or 4.
Wow.
When I gave my dad his own idea.
And it worked for him.
Nope, he didn't listen to it and he changed the course of his destiny.
Oh, wow.
My dad put on this particular color of suit, brown, light brown, in a photo shoot, which I saw. Now, my dad had this amazing figure. He was tall, broad shoulders, light skin, and beautiful head full of hair. My dad was macho. He would walk the walk and talk the talk. My dad could hold his briefcase and do which kind of fine man is this? What the heck is this? But whenever he puts on a suit, he would stand out in that crowd. Wow. My dad could be in the midst of 1,000 people and look like the most prominent person right there just because he was in a suit. And I just said to him, Daddy, since you look so good in a suit, I bet why not become a suit designer? I will be your manager. Because he was a civil servant in the Federal Ministry of Education.
Oh.
That was not going well. So I said, become a suit designer. I'll be your sales boy. Don't worry, I'll handle the rest. You will look so good in suits. And guess what? My dad was designing his own suits. Oh. He had a tailor where he would go meet, give the fabric, give the details, give the design, and he would do it for him.
He knew.
He even took me down to the tailor. I told that tailor, the tailor had a son. I told that son and the tailor, I said, see, this thing went and they do for my papa. Now money be this and I know. They laughed. They said, how did you know? I said, forget say I be small picking. This thing, where did they do? Now money be this. And I told them that, since my dad, I gave him this idea for all of you to partner and let him be the designer, you the tailor, and as a brand, and I can be your spokesperson. I can enter television and talk. I'll be your sales boy. I'll be your model. More push this thing forward. I said, they was looking at me like, which kind of small picking be this?
But they didn't listen.
My dad was like, forget.
So that was when you actually found out that
You could see.
Yeah, I could see your future.
Wow.
I could see your future. I know what to be tangible for you just by looking at you.
Can you
Just by
still do
looking at
that
the
now?
Exactly.
you
I
think
was
you
going
can
to
still
ask.
do that now?
God took it out of me because
Nigerians don't want to listen to
they
it.
didn't want to listen to it. I went to Wazobia, I went to NTA, I went to all the media firms, and it was, if you don't have appointments, you cannot see anybody. Then the last person I want was Mama G. I met her at Trade Fair Markets. I was there with my apprentice back then doing the makeup business. I went to go buy some makeup for my apprentice. And she just walked into the store and everybody was hailing her. And I was star-struck. I was looking like, oh my God, I've been obsessed with this one. Because I loved her music.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Back then it was... oh God, this song had disappeared from my head, oh. But her smile and the way she sung that song was amazing. It was fantastic. And watching Toto DK dance along to a music video. Ha! Life now, turn by turn, oh. Oh my God. Oh, she was... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whenever I was depressed and they played that song, I would just lose control and dance to it. I loved her. So the message was that she was always on long trips to locations, and she was getting old. She was getting older.
Yeah.
So the thing was, she was either going to lose brakes or something and have an accident. So, but before I gave her the message, she looked at me like this. You be homo? That's the first thing
She
that
said
came out.
that?
That's the first thing that came out of my mouth.
Oh, wow.
They now said, Madam, with all due respect, you're exposed more than all these Nigerians, even more than your daughter. Do you understand? You don't see the world. You know, be real, Mo, calm down. She just laughed. And she sat next to me and said, what is your name? Because she knew what I was talking about. Because every Nigerian has traveled out of the country know who is really gay, because they've seen what gay is really all about. So they don't judge anybody, but just play along just to be safe with Nigerians. But those who leave the shores of Nigeria to advanced country where homosexuality is legal, they see different categories of the real gay, and they know what is gay, really, really gay. So that's why you see some of them don't judging some kind of people. Don't get confused. Doesn't mean they're bi or they're lesbian or they're this. They've exposed themselves to the real gay culture. So they know who is really gay and they know who's just gender confused.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now,
If the police and some way people are calling them, oh, the police this, they're doing this, how come they're not arrested? Because of one thing. a boy girl has never been arrested for any other crime. The only thing he does is being a boy girl and whatever. They are the ones that don't commit crime. They're not your fraudsters, they're not your kidnappers, they're not your ritualists, they're not your 419ers, they don't, EFCC has never arrested any of them. All they want is just, hey girl! They just want to dance, have fun.
And be happy.
So, and be happy. Like Chulo. Timaya saying the same thing. Chulo just wants to have fun. Do you understand?
I'm sure you get that question a lot, even till now.
Yeah. But the thing about is that some of these Nigerians who become, shall I say, friendly to effeminate men, is what they realize over the time that these people don't even commit any crime apart from being themselves.
They just want to be themselves.
Just want to exist.
They don't commit any crime apart from being themselves. The whole media, the whole police, the whole this, if they show some kind of acceptance, I wouldn't say acceptance, but some kind of normalism and coming close to such, because they've noticed that they just want to have fun. The only crime they commit is themselves. You will never hear them rape. You will never hear them ritual. You will never hear them AFCC crimes. You will never hear them doing. They're respectful to the elderly. They love children. They're never child molesters. They're never abusers of the society. They're never. They don't ruin infrastructure. They never embezzle. They never like disrupt anything good. They don't abduct people. They don't use people for rituals. They never deceive or anything. The only thing they do is just, hey,
But you made a statement earlier that they are just gender confused. So what do you consider yourself as then?
Yeah.
But I was gender confused.
Okay, you were gender confused.
I was able to do one thing after being in like introduced to Yaba Psychiatric Hospital.
Okay.
Now, I noticed one thing. I was behaving like a girl, behaving like a guy. And I had different kind of voices. It scared the hell out of me. I knew I could talk like a guy, talk like a girl, behave like a guy, behave like a girl. It was confusing. I had splits in personalities. I was feminine and masculine. So until I got the knowledge that it was all about gender confusion and hormones confusion. Now, in the male system, there's something called testosterone.
Yeah.
And in the female system, there's something called estrogen.
Yeah.
Is your hormonal balance. Now, there's sometimes an imbalance or a perfect balance. Let me explain one thing. Now, you see this big boss next to me right here. There is a percentage of your testosterone that will make you or break you. Now, his look and his entire being may get this hints of jealousy from other men because they find him too manly. And sometimes they wonder why they are not as manly as him. Because we are all men. So what's going on? Why not get this guy bones? Why not get this guy bones? Why not get his finger when strong like this? Why this guy just be like, man, me I can't be like Bolo. What's up now?
Yeah.
That's the percentage of the testosterone.
In
now,
him.
some men, unlike him, was born with muscles, even without working out.
Yeah, true.
You know all those boys that are just macho from nowhere, like him. Macho from nowhere. They don't lift small cardboard team, but muscle day. Leg na akpu.
I didn't expect that part.
You get? That's, like it or not, but that's a very large percent of testosterone, the male hormone gland.
Yeah.
Once it's like balanced and healthy, everything about you will be masculinity. Even your sex desire.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Your structure, your hair growth, your totality as a man, your being as a man.
Will be very
Your
masculine.
mind, your approach, how your brain works, even down to your skin, even down to your fingers,
Fingernails.
will just be all the way it is if it's balanced. Now, sometimes if it's not balanced, to an extent, it might affect you in your body mass. That's why you see some men that are very frail looking but still masculine. Why you see some men that are too scrawny and no matter what they do, they don't put on weight. Or why you see some men that have man boobs. Or why you see some men that they have such amazing nails, like girls, very beautiful nails. Or why you see some men that look too overly cute.
Yeah.
Or when you see some men they don't feel man enough. They're just too gentle and too tender. It is an hormonal balance.
Okay.
Also, when you see men that are feminine, those are men that have dosage of estrogen in their system. You know, when in biology class, when they taught us about the X and Y, and how sometimes there's a mix-up, and that's when the hormone is born. They didn't really tell you that even a behavioral pattern can also be born by that mix-up.
Okay. So
Now, as a male and as a female, you could get the mix-up of the opposite gland in your gland that can make you
behave like
like
this.
the opposite.
Behave like this.
As a female, you could have testosterone.
yes. That
Yeah.
makes
Now,
you behave.
depend on the level.
Yeah.
Now, it could be a 50-50 thing that you find yourself being a switch. What I mean by that is that you can be feminine and masculine. I thought I can do both. I can do both.
Yeah.
I thought you can see like a girl that can be a tomboy and a girly girl.
Yeah.
But it depends on the percentage. Sometimes it's so 100% that your estrogen does not even exist. And so you see really aggressive looking women, strong, those one that can wrestle you and drink a full bottle of stout. Not shaking.
They'll take your deck down.
Down and ask for more.
Oh my goodness.
So like
it's
you
the
said,
percentage.
For you, what was it for you?
Okay, my diagnosis was that it was identity issues.
Okay.
So that was sorted out. And I could now control it and it not controlling me. That's why you see some feminine men that are actually feminine uncontrollably.
They can't switch.
They can't switch. They can't
switch at
switch.
all.
It's to the point that people were not even saying, "Oh, this one's a real boy. Girl, I don't know what is wrong with him. Whether he's doing it for money, I don't know what's wrong with him."
I've seen people say that. I think people have said that. You can switch at any time. Yes.
Perfectly.
And there is a kind of hormone that makes you switch. There's a kind that keeps you in that balance until you want to become trans. Yes. There's a percentage of your hormone that you will not like your body, that every side of your privates, you want the opposite.
You.
Yeah. There's a percentage of estrogen and testosterone that, let me say that if you've got 99% of estrogen in your body as a male, you're going to cut off your dick and turn it into a vagina. Sorry for that. I'm sorry for that language. But you are going to change into a woman. You cannot stand it.
So you think
there
that's
are
why?
stories where
Because of too
some
much
will
power.
cry in rooms that they don't want to be a man.
They don't want to be in this body.
That's because of
I only feel like this happens more in the other part of the world when children always cry. Like, "Oh, Dad, I don't want to be a boy."
Hey,
No.
girl,
No.
that kind of thing.
It happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere, but
So
it's
do
just
you
that
think
it's just
that's
that culture
why-
will silence it.
Do you think that's why
yeah.
people actually now go and become trans?
It starts from the hormone. It starts from the hormone. Now, instead of some of you do one thing, you carry your cane and you beat the hell out of that child, thinking you're just being so ignorantly stupid. It's a hormonal imbalance. All you have to do, if you don't want it and the child does not want it, take that child to a hormonal clinic.
Okay.
There's a hormonal clinic.
Treatment.
There is a hormonal clinic.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
Where
you got hormonal treatment, yeah?
Just injections of testosterone in that
so they
male
balance
that
it
has
out.
estrogen balance it out.
Balance it.
Just injections of estrogen in that female
that
will
has
balance it out. It's as simple as that.
Oh, wow.
But the beauty about it is that it's now what is used to become the opposite gender.
They overuse it.
Not
No,
over, you're not understanding.
they'll now
it.
use the-
They now use the hormone. No,
To-
it's not,
to change
it's not the world
themselves.
to use it
Okay,
to,
to balance
to make yourself
things,
how
yeah.
you would
You're
you would be
supposed to be.
accepted.
They now
They
use it
use
to change. That's what
Do
they
you
now use to do the
understand?
It's
transgender.
like saying you can take estrogen into your testosterone to kill it. So you become 100% estrogen. But that same technique can be used for more testosterone to kill the estrogen.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a thing, but it's not about the whole world is different now. But what I would say is this: if you have a child who's effeminate and a boy, you're scared for that boy's life because of the culture, the people, the country you're in. You're so scared. Just take it for hormonal balance.
Oh, wow.
There's a hormonal clinic everywhere. In every clinic, there's a hormonal department where they can just different injections. Like that child will never remember they were behaving like a girl in the first place. Never.
Wow.
It will be
This is
erased from
gold,
memory.
though. I'm
telling
Never
you.
remember.
Premium information.
If you're
Never heard
a
of this.
girl if you're a girl, behaving like a guy, and you don't, or if you have a sister somewhere, behaving like a guy, and you're so scared what's going to happen to her because of the world, because of those kind of people experience 100% hate wherever they go. Don't let all those countries deceive you.
Oh, wow.
Even countries that legalize homosexuality still go through that hate. On a daily basis. There are trans that were shot to death. There were trans that were shot to death.
Yeah, true.
So let's not deceive ourselves. If you just want your loved one to be safe, and your loved one also wants to be safe, get a hormone treatment.
Now, you said something that when you were 16, you were already facing depression. Was it because a lot of people were showing these rejections? Like,
Yeah, because
was it because
those
of
same
the
people
hormonal
I
issue?
wanted to save.
Oh,
They want
rejected
it.
you.
How would a 6-year-old boy do when he's trying to tell you that you go to but you don't want to hear him? If you don't want to you tell him. Then what are you supposed to do? How would I weigh down my conscience that
And that was
someone's about
affecting you. It was
affecting you
weighing you
mentally.
down.
I couldn't bear it, and that was it. So, but when I met Mama G, I after that, after she sat next to me, and I told her who I was, and told her I'm a seer, that I give messages on the projection and all that. And I said, Madam, you go on long journeys on your way to locations. Please stop that because I see you having an accident and losing your life and all of that. She just went like this. God bless you. Hey, what are you saying, my darling?
Oh. It is well.
Mm.
Oh.
They didn't just want me. I don't know why. They didn't just want me.
So to
just want
sort
me.
of like say tie things together,
Yeah.
how has it been so far on your rise to fame?
yeah.
Social media, thanks to guys like you, I have it on lockdown. But mass media is the main cocoa.
And you want
if
to
I can
break
be
it
on
through.
mass media, if body coke, I just do the right thing, just to call me. I don't need your money. Just call me and put me on video and say yes. It's not a lie.
Oh.
Emeka gave me this idea. It's
Okay.
over.
That's
So
all
you just want them to have to
It's
confirm
over.
things.
That's all you
It's
want.
over. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you know what I could make from getting that kind of
Is there no way for you to find evidence to show the world?
No,
that
I
this
will
thing
not.
is
I will
happening?
not
Actually
do that
verbal.
like that. I will not do that. Even if there's evidence or no evidence, I will know that because if they don't want to, and they don't want to, let them just leave it around.
Okay.
So they should just
Nobody likes
They
a boy
should
girl, I
come out
guess.
to agree with you, not you proving it to them.
They should come out to protect them. But those who were in my same school, Federal Government College, and that knew us. Who, any of you that were there when I was talking to them, the vice principal that was there when I was talking to Nicole, his mom, his younger brother, Don Jazzy's younger sister. The younger sister was not in the school when her brother was in the school, but they don't know. I don't know why they're just doing this. Well, anyway, nobody likes a boy girl, I guess. Nobody likes a boy girl.
I believe that right now we're going to actually, hopefully,
Yeah.
get that
Hopefully
attention,
get it.
get that.
Let's see where it goes.
Spoken of.
Because it's almost like you've thrown it open and you're waiting for
For them
them
to
them to
come
just say
and
it.
answer.
Exactly.
Because honestly, when I saw that video, I thought to myself, why has nobody
Come out to
Yes,
say
same
something.
thoughts, actually.
Nobody likes a boy girl.
girl. You've seen this.
But you've shown that you are not just a boy girl.
Yeah,
You've shown
I've
that
seen
you are
videos
talented.
where you said you're no longer gonna play the girly thing.
Nabi?
Yeah.
But what inspired?
What
Because
is- what
your first
made you
video
make
I
that
saw was
decision?
very
Yeah, the crop top.
girly.
And I did
Yes.
like it.
And I was like, the crop top, and he was dancing. I was like, how be this now?
But the thing about it is that we always get the who be this, what be this. But yet, there's still a view.
You know, people
Exactly.
always
Words.
say something.
You don't.
People will always
You
talk.
have sure viewed it. You
Exactly.
can. You may insult him.
But
you may
you
say
view
whatever.
it.
But you still
But you
view
viewed
Yes,
it. You've
yes.
commented.
And the
you've
view is
liked
always
it.
going in millions and thousands and hundreds of thousands. So that view is what makes the creator make his money.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care about the comments or what you think. That view. Nigerians don't like the boy girl character, but they love to view. They view all the time. You can be scrolling to, but once you spot a boy girl, you watch her.
You'll stop. You'll watch
Yes.
it.
watch her.
Yes.
You don't like it, but you love to watch it. You hate watching it, but you watch it. You disgusted, you want to vomit. You won't write the comment, disgusting,
But you
will
watch
You still watch it.
Aye.
Nigerians, you push your
100%.
Nigerians outside the comment section.
Wait. SK, God bless his heart, is angry about this. The same Nigeria you're trying to say save our society are the same ones that did not even want to watch you and the rest of every normal person.
Ooh,
You see Nigerians.
strong.
You see Nigerians. It's the truth. There's over 1 billion male comedians doing their thing with their blood, sweat, and tears on so many platforms, doing their thing like say they go die the next second. There was one that drowned on just the content. Some have had serious health scares on their content. Some put if you see SK's contents, just scroll and watch. See dedication, perseverance, determination, passion. Putting all his foot into it, all his heart into it. But Nigerians do not watch. Once it's what's a boy gay.
They will go and watch that one.
Don't mind those comments, oh. Don't mind save our society. Oh, we don't like these people. We don't like these people. But you go watch them.
You will even post.
Then the people that are actually promoting your society, you will not watch them.
Nigerians,
What are we
answer.
doing?
Carry the camera. Come and answer the question. Because I don't understand. It's very like, you see people until they dress like a woman.
Before
they
you
get attention.
all the comedians
That's
have
why
to do
comedians
that
are
same
dressing
thing.
like women.
You call them a gay, but if they don't do their gay, you
will
watch. You go watch.
Drag
If this
them
macho
well.
guy wears a crop top, that he will get 1 million views.
Yes, true. Try it.
I swear.
Put on a crop top. Yes.
You go watch. Ibru did the same thing. All the iconic comedians had to go in that route because they were losing attention. Once you put that wig, how much did they watch?
Aye.
That's true. Nigerians do better.
I don't understand.
We need to do better.
We really.
Why do you think movie producers, once one drag comedian who drags, once they do one promotion, they check, it's called ratings.
Yeah.
Once they check the ratings,
They stick to it.
they stick to it. Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
They stick to it.
It works.
And that's
So
why
why
now
not?
we have a lot of comedians who
Everybody wants to make their money.
Yes,
is a woman. It's a drag personality.
What do you want them to do? They dress normal, you don't watch
You
them.
don't want them. They go
You don't
the
watch,
other
you
route,
don't find
pick
it funny.
them.
There's over 1 billion male comedians doing their thing on every platform. Nobody cares. But once you see a cross-dresser, you go run there. You go put your normal disgusting. But you go
But
still
you're
go there.
watching.
Why did you go there? If it's so disgusting, you're supposed to scroll. But you would go there, like, share, comments.
Even follow.
And follow.
follow.
Exactly, so that you see it again.
see more.
Tell your friend,
Again.
tell
What's
your-
going on?
Yeah, why you-
And you even do
And
like,
tell your friend.
Tell your friend.
Tell your friend.
You give referrals. You give referrals.
But
And
then,
yet you still come out and say save our society.
Emeka, speaking of SK, you mentioned him. How did you handle that whole episode?
exactly.
Yeah.
That episode. Let me call it an episode.
That whole
Yeah?
thing.
Because
How did you handle
because
that
the talk of the
episode?
country.
Yes.
It was the talk of the country, man.
Yeah.
He said so many things.
that shower.
Hey.
Ha! A demon from hellfire. Say they brought me from relegation. Say I be that shower. Say Bob still let walk where they. Say no man fit do what I fit do. Say I be
He said that.
In the same Lagos.
Did you respond?
Yeah, that's
I was shocked. I was like, I'm not as feminine as James Brown. I'm not as feminine as Bobrisky. I don't really cross-dress. All I do is just a crop top. And I refuse to wear a wig. I don't wear a wig.
You don't.
I just wear a crop top and a short knicker. And sometimes I must make sure I bring out my boxers. So
Yeah.
to tell you what I'm not when I'm wearing a man's
Yes,
pants.
that you're a guy.
That's true. He always
Yeah.
brings out his boxers.
See my shoulder now. I get my shoulder.
True, you do.
I don't know what this man is saying.
Mouthpiece, I beg, help me check that shoulder. And that hand.
No, I'm not sure. I don't feel him. I don't feel him.
Shoulder.
Okay.
So I don't know what this man they see. He say I pass Bobrisky. With Bobrisky skin,
Hey.
with his shape,
Hey.
with his
with
character,
every-
with every.
No, just not every.
Come and see my dress.
Now me even
Not be
fine
only my
pass.
face. My body fat. With all of that, how?
Well,
I was shocked.
Wow.
but why didn't you respond?
Yeah, I was waiting for your response, sincerely.
Actually, I was.
Nigerians were actually waiting for your
We are
response.
waiting for your
I was
response.
shocked. But one thing they say is that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Word.
Now, every femininity, no matter the gender, does not have that eye to behold their beauty. But the opposite gender, the male, the eye of the male is very different. What they see, you can never see. Never, ever, 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 ever. Ever, 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 ever. Men are very visual human beings. Very visual. They see every detail.
So do you think he was seeing the
I don't know.
feminine
I
part
don't
of you?
know.
Maybe
was
some
he being
more
a
of the
child?
feminine part, and he couldn't
The way you were
Was he
shaking your
being a
body.
Okay.
As
I don't
feminine-
know.
I'm not as feminine as the rest. Well, I don't get where he's coming from. He said, I am more dangerous than
To
the
the
rest.
society.
I am more dangerous.
Or was it because you were actually trending this period? So he
Yeah,
just
maybe the way you
decided
made
to
it
pick
hop
on
on
you.
your trend. Was he hopping on your trend?
No, I won't say that at all.
Okay.
Because I have a recording in one of his videos when he was explaining who I was.
Okay.
I had to put it as a post and put a reply on my TikTok where he stated, and I quote, Emeka is very dangerous. Comrade, listen. Emeka needs to be checkmated. Emeka the Star needs to be checkmated. Emeka the Star, they bring her from relegation. Now, if you Google that word relegation,
Yeah, I understand.
study that word. I was like, I see Emeka the Star don't day. See, all this one Bobrissi they do. We don't reach Emeka the Star. See, Emeka the Star, now demon.
Then you begin to wonder where
Okay,
did
do
all
you
this
have a relationship? Did you have a
Do
relationship?
you know him before?
No, this guy. I've never met him in my life.
Wow.
And he said, the last ending of what he said really shocked me. He said, no man can do what Emeka the Star can do. I was like, who is this guy?
From where? Where's
From
that
where
coming
to
from?
where?
I don't understand.
And Nigerians are
He
really
scared the
surprised that you did not
He
reply.
scared the hell out of me.
So you were
He scared
scared?
me. He scared me. I couldn't sleep at night. I was like, me.
Was that the reason why you deliberately did
Dangerous.
not reply?
Yeah.
I'm dealing with mental issues. How do I reply to someone calling
That's
me a
trying to
demon?
push you back
That's
into
a lot.
where you came out from.
Exactly. I've been depressed from age 16 and landed in Yaba Psychiatric Hospital at 19. I'm dealing with mental issues. How am I supposed to respond to that? Do you want to spin me back into
Exactly. You just have a
oblivion?
spiral.
You want me to get depressed and I'm battling depression. I take antidepressant every month.
Oh, till now.
Every month, up to now. Even till I've been taking this since I was 19, and I take it up to 40. And I'm still going to take it for the rest of my life. So how do you want me to cope? How do you want me to respond to that? When someone says, I'm a demon in the most religious countries of the world.
That's
One of the most
true.
religious countries of the world. You call a person a demon. How am I supposed to handle that? I had to just pack my bag, put the crop top, burn it, and stay like this.
Oh, so you're not
Like,
wearing
oh
that
my-
no more?
That my pink
That's what
crop
drew
top.
me to your videos.
I'm not. It don't do.
Oh, wow.
It don't do.
So you will not
It
dress
don't
that
Not
way
anymore.
anymore.
In the most religious countries of the world, someone does not attack me for a femininity alone, but says I'm a demon. That's
You
over.
pass, right?
It's over.
Wow.
I've lost a lot of people on my social media platform. All my contents are getting low views.
Because you
Because that's
switched.
what,
That's what
It's
many
what
people
they
said.
love.
Yes.
It's what they saw. It's what they came on board
Yeah.
for. So I'm losing people right now. But the weird thing is that they did not unfollow me because they want to watch all those old videos over and over and over again.
And they still want to see what is
What
coming
would
in the
come?
future.
We are curious.
Well,
But
5
now-
Media has brought him here.
and you guys are
So
seeing
you
the
don't
answer.
see yourself wearing a crop top anymore.
anymore.
No, it's over. It's over.
Oh.
Done with
That
that.
phase is over.
It's over.
Oh, wow.
I've gotten the attention I need. So I think
You're
it's
just
how
gonna
I use
ride
the
on
attention
it.
that matters.
That matters.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
You're so strong, honestly.
Thank you.
Speaking about everything that you've been through from
16.
childhood
Till date.
honestly.
Alert.
The people who you have met and helped allegedly, and then waiting for them to. You've been waiting this long for a response for them to just validate
and just like
all
said,
you've been
doesn't
saying.
even need their money.
He just needs them to validate it. That's all. And this is a charge. If you know that he's lying, speak up. If you know he's saying the truth, say something. Honestly, we just need people, because I know in the comment section I'm seeing things like, you know all these people. Then they stay for Taco House. You know all these people. Now they never talk, and they are all quiet. Everybody is quiet. So please speak up. Guys, this is an opportunity. You can come to 5 Screens Media and say your own side of the story.
You can comment under this video.
Exactly. Tell us your side of the story. We are here for that. And so to tie things together, I want to thank myself for being here, the Gen Z of the house. I also want to thank the Ankara Queen.
Thank you, my
and
darling.
Edafe the Mouthpiece.
Gracias.
And our star of the day, Emeka the Star.
No, this is how he calls himself. Emeka the Star.
Loud on the star.
Yes, loud on it. Big, we're really big on that star. And this is your time to shine.
Yeah.
You are already in stardom. This is your time to shine. We are proud of all you've done. We are proud of how far you've come. From this far.
Despite everything,
you are here now. And you are going somewhere.
Amen.
Age is not going to hold you back.
No way.
It's a number. You don't even look your age. Come on. But then, I'm curious. This may come out weird.
What's that?
But don't you want to have children?
Okay. Yeah. I never thought of that.
There's a movie called 101 Dimension.
Okay.
Where there's a story of a dog that had polka dots, white and black. And the whole story. I saw that movie as a child. I wanted that. I wanted a battalion of children. And I still do. So rest your mind. I'm just trying to get the money I need. And I will get a large sum of them.
So you're going to adopt kids.
No,
You're
no,
going to get married.
Have children.
And have children.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Many as possible.
That's
Wow.
nice.
Okay.
Nigerians, hope you people have heard.
More
Carry
things
the
to
camera.
anticipate.
He is not what you think.
Yeah, he's gonna have
I'm not going to say the word, but he has finally answered that question. He wants children.
And he's not adopting them.
He's going to children.
And nurture them.
Anyways, thank you for coming on today. Like we were saying, you're so strong. And so we want to thank our amazing sponsors, Ico Gas and our restaurant and
80s Glam.
Thank you for making this episode possible. And we want to say
Bye.
hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another mind-blowing and exciting episode of Unscripted Seat, your one-stop shop for raw, pure, and unfiltered conversations. It's your girl, Z of the Good Life, as I am fondly called. And of course, I am not alone. I have my people, the people that make us the amazing trio. I have the shawarma, utanwa, barbecue,
like
anything sweet that you want to call him. That is exactly what he is. I will not call your mommy. Utanwa, I will not call your mommy. Do your worst. Do your very worst.
Hello.
I have Edafe the Mouthpiece.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm giving
This your recent supermodel vibe. I'm not understanding.
No, but today I'm giving you a no vibe.
The vibe is hilarious. It's really a no. And I have the delectable, the beautiful, the Ankara Queen herself. The only one that gives me a run for my money when it comes to styling. I have Debbie Billions. Oh, sorry. Odogu wife herself.
Say it very well.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You're always looking sharp. Give me the secrets you don't want to give
this
me.
Update says
It's all right. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's completely okay. I'll catch up.
You have to. You just
I don't have a choice. I'll catch up. And today, of course, we are never alone in the studio. once you see us like this, you know that we are not alone in the studio. Today we have somebody who, she's such a fine girl. That one I can say for sure. She's such a fine girl. And she's so smart. I don't know. She gives off, guys, I don't know if I'm the only one that gets that smart woman, boss lady vibes with her.
She does.
She actually does. She does. We have the Esther George. You didn't hear that name? The Esther George.
Those kind of names are owned by billionaires.
I'm telling you. It's giving. That's why I say boss lady and boss lady only. Hi, Esther. Hello, you're looking so fine. Like I told you earlier, you're so fine in person.
She's beautiful.
I just want to eat you. You guys can't relate.
Yes,
I'm guessing the real deal right now. You guys can't relate. She's such a fine girl.
She looks like foreign gizzard.
Today she's the barbecue.
Actually, yes, exactly. You're the barbecue, you're the shawarma of the day. Please, yes, exactly. Give her your title. Give her your title.
For today.
Hi, Esther. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
All right.
Good.
So, I'm curious. The Esther George. How did all of that start out?
The Esther George. Well, I used to call myself Esther George, actually.
Okay.
But a friend of mine was like, no, call yourself the Esther George. Add D to it.
The only
So
one.
I was like, okay, the Esther George.
The one and the
Shout out
only
to Buddy, Treasure Bernard.
Okay. So she picked that name, the Esther
she was
George.
like, the Esther George. She likes calling me that. When she's telling her friends about me, she's telling her boss about me, she'll be like, the Esther George, Papa, the Esther George, the Esther George, the Esther George. I'm like,
Okay. That's such a nice. She's such a beautiful name.
beautiful.
Yes, it's such a nice name, and it's very distinct. You cannot say. You can say Esther George. You can say Esther
They're
whoever.
different
But you see that
Sorry.
the Esther. It's.
I don't
makes it
just like
stand out.
I don't like it when people call me Esther. Safe.
Oh really? Thank God I didn't make that mistake. Oh, God just saved me. God just saved me.
You have to put it together. Esther
Okay.
George, or you call me the
The
Esther
Esther George.
Yes.
Okay, that's really nice.
Or TEG.
Oh, TEG. That's nice. Like it's just giving boss lady vibes. Cut up for me now. Okay?
Sounds like a
Cut up for
brand,
me now. Yeah, it sounds very
like
brandy.
a brand name of a car.
branded.
True.
TEG 2025.
You are driving a TEG 2026.
Rema.
I'll have given you a handshake or a knuckle.
But
Yeah,
it's
far away
pretty
from
far
me.
from you, yeah. Okay, so the Esther George, you studied history and international studies.
Yeah.
Yet you are currently doing something that is not the common career. It's not common. You're doing social media. You're doing influencing. How did that all start out?
Well, I've actually been interested in media.
Okay.
I actually wanted to study mass communication. But at that time, when I applied for admission into the school, they did not have that course at that time. So I'm like, okay. Someone advised me to just like do history and international studies, and I was like, you can work anywhere. You can become a journalist. I'm like, okay, fine. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know much about history, so let me just go to school and get certificate and give it to my mother.
That was just
So that was just it basically. But I just learned media on my own.
Wow.
I just learned media on my own. So yeah.
So how did you branch out into social media and influencing, and how did you even what exactly made you just say, social media
Yeah,
it
this
is?
is it.
I guess it's the money in it.
I'm a hustler.
Oh, okay.
I'm a hustler. So I'm quite person that like, I don't know about you, but I love money.
Yeah, we all do.
Yes, Debbie Billions is sitting right beside you. So
And I like making money for myself, or rather, I love making money for myself. I don't like being dependent.
on
Yes,
someone, yeah.
I don't like being dependent because I don't like it when people tell me no. So even if I ask, at least let me still have my own.
Exactly.
True.
So if you tell me no, I'm like, okay, I'll use my own.
I'll take care of myself.
So that's why, I just found myself doing it. And it's something that I've actually loved filming. Just, creating memories. Even when I was in secondary school. It all started in secondary school when I was in SS2.
Okay.
Although I used it to bully someone, I'm so sorry.
On our behalf, we apologize.
Actually, yes.
I used it to bully someone, and when people saw the video, they were like, "Oh my God, send it for me, send it for me." I was like, "No, I can't do that." The person actually found it funny. So actually, he was. We're having a debate. It was a he, yeah. Or is it he? Is he alive? Okay. So we're having a debate, and well, till today he was saying rubbish.
Word.
So I was just by the corner and I was filming.
Oh, okay.
And then when I got home, I was like, I started like, you know, this trend that was like, get out of here, man, shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of like put.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
And then when he was saying rubbish, I was like, get out of here.
So you just added memes and all of
So
that.
when he saw it, he laughed, right? Every other person in class laughed.
Yeah.
But later on, because I did not send the video, so people would not like, my classmates started reporting to the teachers and all of that.
Okay.
And then they kind of like told him that, that she's using it to make fun of you. And then he felt really bad about it. I think he even cried. And they were like, I should delete it. Which I
your
did.
first content.
Your first content, actually. And they made you delete it.
Then, just actually doing it for fun. You know, even when I was in SS3, I still used to do videos. When I was in 100 level, my best friend at that time, when we were still best friends, so in 100 level, I was far away from her. So I did not want her to feel like, we're not together. So I kind of like did a video. I told everybody in the hostel at that time that please, they should come out. Her sister, her brother, her parents, and all that. So everybody should come out. I directed. That was the first time I ever directed.
So it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is what you guys should do. This is what you guys should do. This is what you guys should say. And then I did the video, put together. I uploaded it on Facebook at that time. So yeah. And then from time to time, I kind of stopped because I was like so focused on school that AU would drain you. Then as at 400 level, I was like, okay, I want to make memories. I want to create memories and all of that, so that probably when I look back, I'm like, had fun times. So yeah. So while I was doing it, I would tag the AU blogs.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, my first video, I just saw a repost all of a sudden from an AU blog, and a lot of them reposted, and I started getting known in school, and that was how I started getting deals. So I know this one say, I would like you to. I had no idea about it.
Okay.
I had no idea about it, but like I said, I'm a hustler, so I'll go and make research.
See,
I'll
Boss lady moves.
I'll first of all agree, and then I'll go and make research. And I'm like, okay. And one thing I know for sure is that I'm blessed.
Yes.
So yes, God has given me that gift.
Yeah.
So I really don't still do too much, just do my research, and I'm very creative.
Okay.
I'm not bragging.
Which is
It's just
interesting.
it's not
You should brag about it, actually. I think you should.
So yeah. So that's how I've been being in that field, making money, and then getting to know about other fields all under media. And find myself making sure that I'm good at this, good at that, good at this, good at that. So yeah.
So you try to spread your wings.
Yeah.
Do a lot of things.
You don't streamline yourself in the media.
Instead of staying in one place.
So then,
That's
so
nice.
far,
That's amazing.
doing all that, being on social media, influencing. So, what has been your most challenging moment?
Most challenging moment.
There is always a story.
Yeah, he's always a story, actually.
Most challenging moment, I would say, kind of reaching out can be very difficult sometimes. And, when you find yourself in a new location, right? You find yourself in a new location and you're trying to, wanted to put yourself out there. Because at that time, I was popular in Ekpoma.
School.
Yeah. So by the time I had rounded up everything, so I'm like, okay, I'm coming back to Benin City.
Yeah.
It was really difficult. It was
Making
really
another
challenging
living.
because at that moment, people are even, and I think, no, my Instagram was not disabled as at that time. So, but the thing was like still trying to like make people understand what you're actually doing. It was really, really, really difficult. But, you know, God came through for me. I would always complain to my friends, especially my friend Newton.
Shout out to Newton.
Newton has been a good person.
Actually, Newton has been a really good friend. Like, there were times I would be like, oh, I think my videos are not good enough, that's why I'm not really seeing people, I'm not meeting people. And sometimes I would cry. And he would always tell me, he'll be like, Esther, don't worry. I still have the screenshots.
I will take Newton's account number and delete it.
Yes, I will send his account number to God.
And they'll be like, don't worry, there will come a time that people will know you, that people will like what you do, that people will they'll come after you and they'll want to work with you. Everybody should have a Newton in their life.
Find you a Newton today.
So he really like, you know, encouraged me. And always told me that, don't forget to pray, don't forget to believe in God, don't forget to believe in your craft, don't forget who you are. And found myself in church too, started working in church. So it was from there that I got the opportunity to like meet other people through my Reverend Jindu, who is also known as Media Jindu. So through him, I was like, that I should come and see him in his office and all of that. And he was like, okay, he would like to see
your work,
my content. And now that was pretty much it. Introduced me to EJ Cuisine. I'm from EJ Cuisine. I work for Crown Head Pavilion. From there, I'm with Jenny's Glow.
Wow.
Before you know, like, I just found myself with Don Jazzy. And I'm like, what?
Don Baba J.
So it was really crazy. I still remember how really challenging it was. As I would really break down sometimes. I would even be like, God, when will I make this money?
I understand.
When will I blow before my child?
When will I blow?
I'm still not blown, no.
But you're
But you're getting there. You're getting there.
All right, so tell us, what was your first viral video?
My first viral video was the one I did with was a vlog that I just like combined talking about the whole Rema show.
Okay.
And I just posted, getting to work with Don Jazzy because I've never really like been posting like people I work with on my TikTok at that time. I'm like, okay, let me just start up now. No. Because when Instagram disabled my account, although I did not really feel bad, I just like,
it happened. Okay.
I don't want to think about it too much because I don't want anything to really weigh me down.
Before depression starts coming in and all of that.
And even while I was still opening new account, they will still clean it.
I noticed that when I saw these accounts, then you were pleading to Instagram, like, Instagram, please, something like that.
It's crazy. So before you know, I really got lots of views, and I'm like, okay, people actually like the vlog thing. So I started posting from time to time, and I'm not even still very consistent because I'm still trying to like learning to balance everything because I work for brands and all that.
Okay.
So how did you feel about working with Don Jazzy? And like,
imagine.
First of all, how did you feel about?
Should I adjust this mic? It was wow. It was wow. Like I don't know. It was wow. Shout out to Mr. Big Splash. He was the one that gave me the opportunity to work with Don Jazzy. Because at that moment, I wanted to have fun with my friends during the Rema concert. Because when they had put the tickets online for sales, that they bought. I'm a huge fan of Rema. So I'm like, okay, this is the time that I'm going to have time with my friends because I don't really have their time. And I really thank God for giving me friends that are very understanding. Because I've had friends that would be like, oh, you don't even check on somebody, but these ones, they're very considerate. They're like, okay, she's busy at this moment. But when I'm not busy, I have their time, right?
reach
Like,
out, you
even
help
sometimes
out.
when I'm even very busy, like probably if they need something like urgently, they want to discuss something with me urgently, I make out time, right? But they are very, 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 very understanding, and they don't really like cause problems. So, but at that moment, I'm like, okay, the Rema concert thing, okay, this is the time for me like to still like have fun with them, shout and make videos and go crazy and all of that. So that was the whole plan. And all of a sudden, like, I think it was a day 2. Because funny enough, I actually went to the stadium.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get backstage to get like to network. One thing about me, I must network.
I should be.
I must network because I want to build my portfolio.
Yeah.
I want to make my money.
Yeah.
So yeah, but although I got declined, and they were like, "There's no backstage pass and all of that." But God so kind, Mr. Big Slash reached out to me and was like, "Which brand am I working with?" During Rema's concert, I'm like, I'm not working with anybody. I just want to have time with my friends. Want to create memories. And he was like, wait till they talk.
You don't want to make money?
Call me.
You don't want, what do you mean by
I'm like, I want to have. It was like, he said, Esther, don't worry. You will still have time for your friends. He was not like, his friend wants to open a burger branch in Benin. I'm like, burger branch in Benin. Is it not Jazzy Burger that I want to open in Benin? I'm still listening. And he was like, don't worry. He said you will get the all access pass. You will interview artists. This, that. You will interview people. You will be where they are. He said, Esther. He said, you know, if you tell me no, you're not going to say no. I'm not going to accept no. It's as if God just used him.
Just have to.
So I'm like, okay, sir, no problem. He was like, okay, he'll forward my number. This, that. He'll forward the number to me as well. And the next day, I went to go and meet one of the managers at a particular hotel. And then all of a sudden, we're on the move. I find myself inside proud though. And what's going on? What's going on? So, I like went to the Jazzy Burger's kitchen. And I'm seeing Jazzy Burgers everywhere. And I'm like, okay, what's happening? And before you know, the man was like, Protea. Who they Protea? You say what? All right. Went to Protea and I like. Next thing, like, okay, I was at the lobby at first, and then it was like, okay, just take some few burgers. We're going up. Okay. Wow. And just open the door. And I'm seeing the door just and I'm,
Oh, shit.
Did you scream? No!
You have to maintain steez and composure.
One thing about me, I always like, compose myself. In as much as I know that, I'm seeing one of my favorite person, one of my favorite artists, and I love their music. I just have to compose myself in order for them to still feel like they are human beings as well, because at that moment they just still want to feel normal. They don't want all of that around them. So I've really learned that, and I was chilled. And the man introduced me, I was like, okay, Mr. George, Don Jazzy. I know him. Heck, really? That doesn't need any introduction. I was like, this is the content creator, Esther George. I was like, Esther George, how you doing? And he was like, Esther George, how you doing? He knows my name. I know that feeling. And then he was like, okay, what are we doing? I was like, I'm directing Don Jazzy. And he was like, okay, should we use this particular place? I was like, no, because the sunlight and all of that is going to disturb. How about we cover the curtains? Or how about he was like, okay, how about we move to this place? And the thing was that he wasn't like imposing on you, like, okay, do as I say. He wants to still like listen to what you have to say. Like, what can we do? What do you think? And then when we finally came up with the idea of like, okay, this is what I want to do, and I was like, I'll just be like, Don Jazzy, are you here for Rema's homecoming or Jazzy's burger launch? And it was like, this is what we'll do now, collab, and like we're like, yeah. And we both came to an agreement. So I really like the fact that he still gave me that floor to like, okay,
bring your ideas.
So exactly, and then we did it, and he was like, we can, if one take is not good, we can do it again. So he didn't mind. Like, he had to make sure that, okay, it comes out good. Yes. And we did one take, and that was it. And it was like,
not even
one
the second one. Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it was
professionalism at its core.
I'm telling you, actually.
And he was like, this is so good. He likes it. He posted it. Maybe he posted it. You guys, we know that, right? Like, when you are texting celebrities and all of that, you be like, they're not seeing. Did they get notifications? first of all, you see their followers, right? And all of that. It's crazy. At the moment he posted, like, I was getting notifications, comments, likes, and he may not even see your like. He may not see your comment. He may not see your DM.
Because it's a lot.
Tons of
It's
them
a lot,
Actually, and before you know, that day I'm like, we left the hotel and we got to stadium, and while we're passing, I didn't even get to like queue up. VIP access. It's not even VIP. It's VVVVVVV.
You went backstage at first and they didn't give access.
And they saw me. God just they actually saw me.
Oh, really?
Yes. They saw me, yeah.
You should have smiled and been like,
Of course. I did. So got to the gate and the security, they were like, oh, that what's going on? So the man was like, do you know who I am? If you don't open this gate, Bremer is not coming here. Everybody like, I was there, I was like, And we got in, I'm very, like walking around, I'm like, Jesus. But I was like, okay, I should follow him so that I'll get the all access pass. And I didn't just get like A or AA, I got AAA plus.
Wow.
Yeah, so like can go anywhere. You can even climb the stage.
Oh, wow.
You can be on stage and,
That must have been.
So when the people that actually like declined me the previous day, when they saw me, they're like, I was like, you're the one that came yesterday, and I was like, yes, and you told me that backstage party has finished. I was like,
this is what?
I was like, you're so lucky. It was actually really fun, and it was such an experience, and it really like added to my portfolio,
of course,
and that respect. So at that moment, by the time I'm telling people, I reach out to somebody and they don't want to reach out. At the beginning, they were forming for me.
That's how it is. And they will first be forming
like
for
that.
you.
Yeah.
Hope you actually took pictures too with them.
If you don't, you don't take pictures.
I just tire. Pictures to last a lifetime, sir.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I like this part, but let's go back to the beginning. So what's the one thing that you wish someone told you when you were starting out?
That I wish someone told me.
Or that you wish you had known, before you got into the whole content game?
Hello and welcome to another mind-blowing episode of Unscripted Seat. Yes, I said mind-blowing because every week we blow your mind. I remain the beautiful Z of the good life, the Gen Z of the house, and I am not alone. I have the beautiful, the delectable, the Ankara queen herself, Debbie Billions. This your Ankara today is giving. You look good, baby.
Thank you.
You look fine.
Thank you, Z.
And we have the husbandman. Our daddy,
Mommy.
our shawarma,
Stop it.
barbecue, pepper soup, chocolate, anything sweet you want to call him. Naim Hibi. We have Edafe, the mouthpiece.
Gracias.
You're looking good too.
Thank you.
Today everybody's just looking sharp. Everybody's serving. Model vibes. Okay, what are we doing today? What are we giving today, John Dumelo?
No. Ramsey Noah with a touch of Kunle Remy.
With this black skin, Ramsey Noah.
No, the outfit.
Yeah, the outfit, yes.
Okay.
Then his skin is Jim Ike.
Okay. I see. You'll be fine. Today is going to be mind-blowing. Hello, beautiful people.
In the area of flogging, we are not missing anything. It's the most stubborn boy. In the area of flogging, we are not missing anything. It's the most stubborn boy. Bring them to me. The most stubborn girl in school, bring them to me. Love conquers. You can't intimidate a child that is from a gentle parenting home. You can't bully them. So they are not afraid. Even when they are wrong, they'll come and tell you. Gentle parenting is harder than the traditional parenting. Teaching, not correction. When we are old and gray, the children will want to be around. Truth is, once a child leaves your home for the university, you have lost that child.
Oh, wow.
And now that success is just like this, a child can be 10 and is already earning millions.
Hello, beautiful people. We're back again with your unscripted podcast, the one and only Unscripted Sit, your one-stop shop for unscripted, raw, and pure conversations. It's your girl, Z, the Gen Z of the house, as you know. And of course, I cannot be alone in the studio. When am I ever alone? I have my amazing co-host. I have, like he likes to call himself, the Utonwa Shawarma Barbecue. What else do you like to call yourself?
Anything sweet.
Anything sweet.
Diabetes man.
I have with me Edafe, the mouthpiece.
Gracias.
Of course, he can't be the only one with me in the studio, because if he's the only one with me, it's going to go down. Anyways, I have the beautiful, the delectable, the one and only. Ankara Queen herself, Debbie Billions. See that Billions? It is very, very necessary.
Very, very necessary.
Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Z.
And of course, we cannot be alone in the studio. We have with us an amazing, beautiful woman. She is an educational consultant, a teacher. Like, she's mind-blowing. The things that this woman has done and does, oh my God. I went through her profile and I was astounded. We have Tolulokbe Efetiri. Hello, ma.
Hello, ma.
Welcome.
And we'll be discussing something that it is not your regular, but it is very important. Nowadays, many people raise children and they say, oh, I don't want to beat my child. Or, oh, all the suffer that my children will suffer, I have suffered it in my lifetime. Don't worry, I carry them. Please, nobody should touch my child. Please don't beat my child. Today, we are discussing gentle parenting. Is it a hit or a miss? We'll find out in this episode.
And we also want to thank our wonderful sponsors, Ico Gas and Owawa Restaurant, and also Wigs by Nikki.
Yes, we're also thanking Cherish Empire for this beautiful clothing that we have on today, and Adie's Glam for this beat on our faces. Take a look at it now.
You look yummy.
The mouthpiece.
I'm just kidding.
The mouthpiece. We love you like that.
No, but you look beautiful.
Thank you. And you also look wonderful, ma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. So, we're curious, ma. Can you please tell us, in your own words, what is gentle parenting?
Okay, gentle parenting is a parenting approach that focuses on respect for the child, focusing on understanding the child, and focusing on empathy. Being empathetic towards the child's feeling and not dismissal, not dismissing the child's feeling, which is the way we were brought up. Majority of us.
Majority of us were actually brought up with, before you talk like this and your parents are already giving you one.
Yes.
This is going
you
on.
are not even allowed to talk. You are just
don't count.
Your opinions don't count.
Yes, that's true. Many of us grew up in situations where our opinions don't count. Before you even speak up, you have no right to even sit down in the sitting room where your parents are there.
Like your dad
you have no right.
outside and you're already looking
If you're
for it to behave
misbehaving, they beat
yourself.
you.
Go inside your room. You don't stay.
You get upfront beating. Like, you've not committed the crime, but they're already beating
I was a
you
victim.
for future crime. Not peace. I don't trust
No, I
you
was a
being a victim, because you seem like you were.
No, now, these parents of this time, what they do is, if they want to discipline the child, they just say, you're grounded. Go to your room and play PS4. You're grounded. Which room we get?
But I'm curious, Mrs. Tolu, when you say, he just mentioned grounding, do you think grounding is a viable punishment for a child?
Yes, grounding is, but you must have it must be an intentional act that must have a result. It must be geared towards a result, not just grounding for grounding's sake, or I'm grounding you because I'm angry, or I'm grounding you because I just need space or something. No, and that's where a lot of people miss it, and that's where gentle parenting is under the radar for being not good. Majority of people think it's not good, but it's because it's not done intentionally. You must have an intention. You must have a goal. I'm grounding you not just because I'm angry, but because I want to redirect your mind. I want to redirect your actions. And if you want to do that, you have to tell the child how the redirection will take place, or what you are redirecting the child to. So as soon as is the word we use, as soon as I see that you have an understanding of this thing that you are doing wrong, I'm going to reverse the grounding. Or I'm going to do something to make you feel better for being grounded. So you see the child wanting to holistically, not just for you to be pleased, for wanting to change
and do things better.
Wow,
that's nice.
Amazing.
That's really nice. I learned something as soon as
directing. I like the way she said you have to make them understand.
Many people don't actually let their children or let their words understand the things that they
are being punished.
They just punish. And I've noticed it in traditional punishing methods. They just punish, and you don't even know what you did.
You don't.
And
you
most
don't know
of the
how
times
to
we
correct
actually didn't know what we did.
So many times.
But because they know that we are still going to do something, like using myself as an example, my mom will always spank me. This is the recent word, spank, then beat. She will beat me. But like, waiting I do, you not do anything, but you know get how.
You don't go do something later. You must do something where I go take beat you.
Now, growing up as a child, there's usually this thing our parents they do. They usually use sign language. Like if a visitor is in the house, they look at you and already you understand. Now, if you're doing that to this modern day parenting, looking at your child, and when a visitor is there, they should understand that you need a privacy to talk to that person. So would you actually say, or what are the major differences between that traditional way of parenting compared to this gentle parenting?
Actually, there's a slogan that has been ringing in my head for quite some days now, which I also put on my platform. It's don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. Our parents, they did so well for that civilization that they were in. Our civilization is different, but there are still some very good things that they did. One of them is this I language. I want my children to look at me and be able to understand
this at this point.
Yes, but it's a bit difficult. I don't know how we learned it. Maybe it's really a bit difficult telling the kids. So sometimes you have to be verbal. So sometimes I'm on the call and I'm telling my 10-year-old daughter, I don't want you to be in this call. I don't want you to hear what I'm saying. Please, can you go to your room? Sometimes I have to say it very emphatically so that she knows that I'm serious, because they want to sit in. They don't have those cues. But gradually, I see she asks, "Mommy, you don't want me here?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you need to go." So gradually, the training is going on for my own 10-year-old daughter. But generally, in schools, we say that children don't really understand whether they just want to say what is on their mind. They want to be there.
Very expressive.
But for us, it's just to be gently guiding them. Now you don't have to talk. Children nowadays don't know when to talk.
Yeah, they are so expressive. Like
they just we are talking now, and they are just shouting, "Mommy, mommy," and I'm like, "What?" One of the first thing I check to see if you are training your child well, whether you tell me you are beating the child or you are doing whatever you are doing, is how the child comports his or herself outside, and in the presence of people. So when your child does not know these cues, it shows that your parenting style marks.
It's not
because I know my 8-year-old, if I'm looking at him like this when there's a visitor, I'll be like, "Daddy, what's wrong with your eye?"
then you actually need to check your parenting style. Actually,
So you said to the child there and then, I will need you to go inside. That's why I'm doing that.
So you have
so
to
the
tell
next
them.
time
they know that is why you were
knows,
giving that eye signal or that cue.
So, Ma, what are the long-term benefits of gentle parenting?
Okay. The first one is that when we are old and gray, the children will want to be around.
Oh, wow.
If you check majority of my mates, they're not interested in really going home to
Their parents, yes.
they're so carried away with hustle. Okay, I send the money, take care of yourself.
fine.
But there should be that bond.
Always being
We don't,
around.
and I'm sorry to say, even though the let me say the West, they have a lot of they've gotten it wrong on so many areas, but the ones that do get it right, they get it right. You see that bonding. Some of them they can't do without their children. Yes, they maybe 80% will go and put them in nursing home and all those, but the ones that get it right, the ones that didn't give that harsh treatments, and you see their children always wanting to be with their parents, always wanting to, and that's one of the benefit of that's what we are doing. Because the truth is, once a child leaves your home for the university, you have lost that child.
Oh, wow. That's
It
a strong
takes
word.
it takes whatever it is that you have built
to bring them
carry
back
that
home.
And now that success is just like this, a child can be 10 and is already earning millions.
Yeah, true.
So before we would still depend on daddy to give me stipends, mommy to give me food stuff, even when I'm in a. Now some of them don't need those.
Yes, true.
So what brings them back? What connects them to you? So it depends on the way you treat them right now. Yeah.
So really, I like that long-term benefits, because you find that many people in my generation, the Gen Zs now, they really don't, because of, I don't know about many people, but at least I know most people I graduated with, they don't want to go back home after school.
Even my own
They just want to.
generation,
You
they
find
don't want
people
to.
who
We don't
they
want
graduate
to.
school and they get apartments on their own,
Start
because
living.
home was just for them was just a provision place.
And we used to look forward to leaving the house. I still remember
An
at
excuse to
16,
leave the
I was
house.
already looking for
You
a
tell
way
yourself
to
that
leave
once
my
I
house.
get to the university,
I just want to
won't
get there.
come back to this house. Why? Because of
I did that.
Not like
How
not
the upbringing
loved,
was.
but maybe like I feel like our parents' generations, the older people, they did what suited that time that they were raising us.
True.
And I don't really blame many of them for how they raised us, because it's not their fault.
I also
They were
think at that
busy.
time it was working for them.
Yes,
Like
it
those
worked for
methods
them at
worked
that
for
time.
them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not now.
That was what was passed
On to them.
yes.
Yes, that's true. That was what was passed on to them.
Now, a different thing. We are passing on something different to the next generation, but we must pass it on rightly. Yeah.
So, as a teacher, would you rather say that flogging a child now is wrong? Because in these are schools presently they don't flog, they only shout. Now if you I have a friend, he shouted at the child, he was dismissed. He said, you don't talk to our children that way. Exactly. Now in our days, if you misbehave, your parents will tell you, I will report you to your teacher. That word alone brings sanity to you.
Yes.
So would you trying to compare
yourself.
this modern era of parenting and the traditional way, would you say we are actually missing something?
Okay. In the area of flogging, we are not missing anything.
Okay.
Yes, we are not missing anything. It is in the ways that we go about this so-called gentle parenting that majority of us are missing it.
Okay.
So flogging, actually, even in the rights of a child right now, it's an abuse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hitting a child, it's an abuse. It's still permissive, as in it's still allowed here in Nigeria and Africa. But in the UK, I teach children in the UK.
Okay.
it is foreign to them. They don't even have the mental picture of what flogging means.
Oh wow! So they can't relate.
They don't even know what
they can't relate. So so imagine if it happens to someone, it's a big deal.
Yes.
It's abuse of the first order. But here in Nigeria, majority of parents flog their children at home. But they don't want the teacher to flog their kids.
Yeah.
That's where we are getting it wrong. One, because the child is used to flogging, and then it comes to an environment that they are not flogging. The first thing is they will first of all misbehave.
That's the first thing.
And they will do it to try you, so that what can you do? What can you do? You can't do anything.
Yeah.
So for me, I would advise the parents try. So I started this journey from 2008.
Wow.
When I finished my NYC and I applied to a school in Sapele, and it was headed by an American woman, a white woman. So in that school, you do not yell and you do not beat. You do not touch the child.
No matter the offense.
No matter the offense.
So what do you do?
It took me like a year or two to adapt. In fact, we now devise means of when you do like this, and at a time, my nails peeled a child's face, and I couldn't sleep for days because I was just waiting for them to tell me, "You're sacked. You're fired."
Wow.
You know. But gradually, I learned it, and I can tell you that my 10-year-old daughter now have never flogged her.
For
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. The dad has never flogged her. I have never flogged her. We don't have cane in our house. Maybe. So there was a time around a year and a half, she was very obstinate, very strong, and we didn't know what to do. At that time, all what I knew wasn't working. But we now got to understand her personality. That when we explained to her, this is the reason why you can't throw this on the floor, and if you do this, it's just as if she understood right from then, and that's what we're still doing till now. In our school, the last award she won was the best behaved in her class. This is a child, we don't have cane, we don't have anything of such in the house, you know. Yeah.
Interesting.
While she was speaking, I looked at my left. There's a mark here. My mom gave me this mark because I was very stubborn. I was like,
I just imagine she actually spoke to you. Maybe you'd have actually turned out differently.
yeah,
Just maybe you'd have turned out differently.
and now when I go visiting, I'm like, Mom, say have fun. I remember this thing. You'll be like, you too stubborn that time.
I think
Let me say something. Gentle parenting is harder than the traditional parent.
Okay.
Because you have to do more.
Talk.
You have to have this self-control. Because when they do those things, it triggers you. You are ready to, but you have to master all that to be able to get to the child and make the correction. So there's a slogan in Montessori. I'm a Montessorian. It says, teaching, not correction.
Okay.
So teach the child what you want the child. It will take a while. You'll see the attitude over and over, but they hear. There's a child I'm teaching right now. She's in 7th grade. She's in the UK, and I know she. When you say someone has attitude, when she comes on line, she doesn't greet. She's as in that this is a typical London. Those ghetto. So I said, okay. There are other teachers teaching her. So one of them was complaining to me and said, see, that girl has gone through a lot. One, she couldn't read till she got to grade 7.
Wow.
So you can imagine what her esteem had suffered. So all that she's doing is just a facade to cover. I said, talk to her in love. Let her know that you understand what she's going through, that that she doesn't like it and she doesn't want to show it. She will just melt in your hand. So it's the most stubborn boy, bring them to me. The most stubborn girl in school, bring them to me. Love conquers.
And that was because you've been able to
You've trained
yourself to be so tolerant.
Yeah. Ma, do you think that gentle parenting affects a child's self-esteem?
Yes, it does. It does a great deal. It gives them a very great self-esteem. It makes them to be very confident, very, very confident. You can't intimidate a child that is from a gentle parenting home. Wow. You can't bully them. They know that they have backing.
Yeah.
So they are not afraid. Even when they are wrong, they'll come and tell you that I did the wrong thing, but this is what the other person still did.
Okay.
So it makes them very, very sure of the outcome of that my parents will always be there for me. Some of us then, when we were growing, if something bad happened to us, we're afraid to even tell our parent. Some girls were raped. They couldn't tell their mom.
They had to speak
They
up.
couldn't speak up. They're afraid because your mom would just tell you you are the problem.
Because of everything.
Society will also tell you are the problem.
Yes.
So there's a shift now into them recognizing who they want to be and who they want to be with. So when they do that, they know that mommy has trained me to be like this, so they don't go to the wrong person.
Yeah.
They are careful.
They sing songs.
Yes.
Like, if you touch my pride.
Yes.
Songs like that.
Yes.
The education now.
No, they even stranger danger. You don't go near a stranger for no reason.
All right, so I am of the opinion that I don't want my kids to have anything to do with television, internet, because of the kind of information that they get from there. So do you think that's a good decision to make as a parent?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And I am for screen time. I am for screen time because we know that we were not prepared for this. Okay, let me even leave this way. We were not prepared for computer. I'm 40. Majority of my age mates do not know how to operate the computer.
Yeah, true.
I remember when BB came, BlackBerry. Oh God, I struggled when I'm typing like this. Some of my friends were laughing at me. And it was because they had exposure.
More than you.
Okay.
More than I do. Yeah. And I could see the lag. Even till now, the things we could use BB to do at that time, many of us were using it 0.5%.
It was just basically
BB was messages. It was a business, as in what people like Kardashians. I got to know what the Kardashians were using BB to do at that time. The businesses, but we didn't know that. Even till now, majority of they use their phones just for entertainment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's because of lack of exposure.
Okay.
At a younger age. If you have a child that is 3 years old now, you don't need to teach the child anything, even 2. Just give the child this phone.
And give the child the password.
In 2 days, come and see what the child is using these phones to do.
Okay.
Because of early exposure. But there must be regulation.
Okay.
You and I, we go to a company and they tell us we must have computer, all the Microsoft skills, and you don't have and I have. What happens?
They'll pick you over me.
The creativity that comes with using the laptop is different from the creativity that comes with using the phone.
Yes, true.
The creativity that comes with using the laptop is different from the creativity that comes with using this whiteboard screen, the interactive board.
Yeah.
But they are all linked. So if a child already has a device when he was 7, when he's 20, and he has to use you can imagine what he can do. So we should not deprive them. Rather, we should help them regulate. And lastly on this, let me tell you, it is better your child start regulating under your nose. Self-regulation, when you are there, helping to guide, helping to say, and then the child says, oh, you stayed on your laptop all day yesterday. Today, no laptop.
Okay.
Tomorrow the child goes to school in the uni and is tempted to be on the laptop and not go for classes. Your voice will sound.
Yes.
This is wrong. Conscience will come up. But when there's nothing like that, there was no room to display his lack of self-control when he was with you. When he gets to school, what happened? Nobody, no voice, no
nothing.
So why won't I help my child regulate and use it now? Yes, we were all growing up. I don't know about you. I stole my mother's money. I stole food. I stole meat. I love meat till tomorrow. I stole meat plenty times. I stole her money. She doesn't even know how much she keeps in the wardrobe. She keeps the money. But am I a thief today? Because she helped me regulate. Whenever she catches me, whenever she will talk, beg me, explain to me why I shouldn't be that, paint a picture of what I should be, and gradually, even when I went out of her house, I used to tell people in the hostel then, I can't sleep out of because my mommy can just come. It's not that she ever came.
My mother has shown.
My mother doesn't. Is this where she wants me to be? When I had some few issues, she's the first call. I will pack my bag and I'm going to go and tell her all I did, the part I did wrong. So she gave me that foundation really, because she will allow you to finish. Then she will start bombarding you, but you know that you are in a safe place.
Yes.
So let them be in a safe place. Using the internet with you until they go, and they will build that self-regulation.
That's nice. So, I want to know, what is the gentle parenting point of view on spare the rod, spoil the child?
Yeah.
What does gentle parenting say concerning that?
Okay. Are we all Christians?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the people that are not Christian, they know that is from the Bible.
Yes, the biblical statement.
And when you read the Bible, you know we have types. We have symbols. So let me take you to Psalm that's also said, thy rod is a guide onto my path.
Yes.
So that is also symbolic. The same rod that says, spare the rod, is the same rod that David was saying, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So is your rod comforting the child? Or the rod is making the child to be scared of you? Scared of being authentic? We are humans. Growing up is misbehaving, let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
For you to know the right thing, you must do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
There are two sides always. So for them to know the bad, the good will come. For them to know the good, the bad. So if you say my child is misbehaving, I tell you your child is growing up. It's for you to guide, and that is the rod. The rod doesn't necessarily mean hitting, spanking, shouting, or it means guiding, correcting, helping the child to realize this is bad, choose good. And that's why God doesn't beat us.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't.
Even my understanding right now, from grace perspective, all my sins have been forgiven. True. The one I committed, the one I've not committed. So if God doesn't care about my wrongdoings, but he wants me to be in a better place, why shouldn't I as a parent also not care
about the wrongdoing?
And love conquers, I keep telling you. Love does more than your harsh punishment.
Correcting in love.
Yes, correcting it. Many people
actually don't parents don't believe in love. Like they don't believe in love, but they don't believe that it's does more than the harsh correction, because they just want to see it happen. They want to see that
They want instant
change.
results.
They want that instant result. They don't believe in doing things over time.
A
And
lot of
waiting.
parents
They
don't
think
actually
brings
correct
results
in love.
faster. No, they don't.
Most of the times is usually the women are correcting love.
Correcting love. Dads,
Men
fathers
we actually
find it difficult.
yes,
Maybe I
so
had
like you
different-
have to do
No,
this
your
like
dad is a
now.
street man.
You don't have a reason not to do this.
Maybe I had it different, because my dad, growing up, my dad will always tell two things. My dad will always tell me: whatever you do, it's okay. I learned that it's okay. You can come and tell my dad that my brother drove my dad's car, slammed it into somebody's shop, broke down the entire front of the shop, and all my dad said was, "It's okay." Second thing my dad will always tell me is be creative. And I see it has actually helped me grow so far. But my mom, before you even say, mommy, I mistakenly, you are gone. You are finished. Like, you have collected, finished. And that's why I feel like many people just believe that gentle parenting helps the child to misbehave.
It's not
And do what?
permissive. It's not permissive. There are boundaries. You must create boundaries. You must give rules, regulations, what you must do. My daughter now, she's away for some days with my sister, and when she was going, we gave her a set of do's and don'ts to reiterate all the trainings that she's been having. When you wake up, sweep the living room, make sure you wash your plate just like you do at home, do this, do that. You know, when I was talking to her about it, I know that she will get there, she will not remember half of it. And she will be so relaxed that she will not do some of it. But the truth is, there is a voice.
Yes.
I am building her to realize that these are the things we expect of you, whether you are with us, whether you are not with us. So you just keep doing that for the child instead of waiting for the child to commit. Some parents are we are just waiting like this.
Make it do.
Just do, and then we come out. Some parents, parents, let me tell you why I'm so against this. I don't want to call it traditional, because traditional is not bad.
Okay.
Some parents they just believe that if I don't beat this child the way my mother beat me, it will not grow. It will turn out.
That's actually
That's where we are right now. So they say, no, I must beat him.
Personally, I ask many people, do you think you turned out well?
Yeah, after all the
I ask many people,
After all the
think you actually, if you ask yourself, if you do a check of yourself, do you actually think you turned out well?
So many times.
Now you are even, if you want to take food from your own pot that you cooked with your own money, you are hiding.
Yeah.
Why? Because it has been imprinted in your head
For many years.
for many years you are not free, even in your own space.
Yeah.
And that is why. Anyways, we'll be fine. We will be fine. We will heal.
readjust.
We will heal.
Yeah.
It takes healing.
It's trauma. A lot of us were acting and reacting from a place of trauma, and we didn't even know what this was.
We were traumatized.
So I had a friend talk to me recently that her father would tell her to undress and beat. And the day she told me, sadness, as in I just became sad. If I was that sad that it didn't occur to, imagine how traumatic it was. You know, people have different personalities, just like your two kids.
Yeah.
The other one that does not mind whether you shout or hit him or her has a stronger personality. The one that has not a weak, a more feeling personality. So when you feel more, you tend to be calmer. That's why women we feel more, so we tend to nurture. We are able. In fact, I said that 2 years, that part of our brain that has connection, it's as if it's turned off, so that we can nurture and be with the child. But the men, they don't have that, so they can shout anyhow. No feeling involved.
Actually, no feelings. No feelings.
Daddy just feels that I told you to pick it up. Why have you not picked it up? And he starts raising his voice. But I'm looking at my daughter. I'm like, she's not even thinking about the issue right now. She's just thinking about why is Daddy shouting? Why is he always shouting? Why does he shout outside?
Because of the things we think.
Oh my goodness.
It's a normal excuse when they always say, oh, we are going through a lot, we are training, we are looking for money, we are hustling.
Yeah.
But your home front, what happens at you? What is happening at home? I think we need to. You need to actually
stop living.
You need to have a ring for the women. Yes.
So, there's a 3 C's in gentle parenting, which is communication, consistency, and connection. Can you actually throw more light on these?
Okay, communication, as we were saying, is that you must always have expectations, clear expectations, and the child must know these expectations. You must communicate it day in, day out. For example, we want to go to the cinema. Before we go out, we are all going to agree. What movie are we going to watch? What snacks are we going to buy? Not that when we get there, Fedrio will say it is this one and start, and because I didn't give her, start crying. You need to let her know, if we go out there, this is what we are getting. Recently, we went to ShopRite, and she was all that, let's go to the toys. She was about screaming, and we just kept on telling her, we came for window shopping. Fedra, you know what window shopping means? We came to just look at everything. When she wants to shout, we say it again, and you see, and there was no tantrum because we have been saying it from the house. So you must communicate your expectations clearly. Consequences, you must communicate the consequences. So the dad kept on saying, if you shout, I won't bring you here again. And that was how she was calm all through her stay in that place. Communicate expectations and communicate consequences. Then you talk about consistency. That is where the issue is, because today I shouted, tomorrow I don't shout, next tomorrow I beat. People need to know that you just must stand by your word. I am not going to flog. I am not going, no matter what the child does. That's tough. Yeah. No matter what it's tough.
You attainable.
Yeah. And then you know what gentle parenting, it makes you to be a more empathetic person, not just to your children. And also the society will benefit more. You are hearing cases of people killing people. Even I saw a child of, I don't know if that child is 13 or so now. I think just this morning, and I'm like, there's no empathy in the society. There's no, and because of the hardship, you know, it's even making people more and more, you know. So we have to train our children differently. You have to know that it's not dog eat dog. It's Montessori calls it a cohesive society. So you are working not just for yourself, you are working for the collective good of the society. You training your child well, it's not just for you, it's for the collective good of the society. We need to go back to those, and I'm of this that you are doing it. Kudos to you guys, big kudos, because recently I was like, when we were growing up, NTA used to show some of these things, films, movies that tells you don't do this, don't go out with a boy, don't, you know, we learned some of these things, even though our parents say these things were reiterating it to us, but now we don't have such again, as in our own traditional. I'm not talking about YouTube, I'm not talking, because their experience is not our experience. You know, we need to do it more, put it out more there, that this is the right way to go about things. The society needs to change, and it starts from the family.
That's nice. That's a lot. So, speaking of, you spoke about tantrums, you using your child as a case study.
Exactly.
How do you handle a child's tantrums in public? Use, like you said, communication, but sometimes
they don't want to hear what you
sometimes I know, like you said, there's no stubborn child, but sometimes these children will push you to the very extreme. How do you, I saw a video one time of the child was crying in public, and he lifted the child up. I was carrying the child to the car, and somebody asked him, are you the owner of this child? And he said, if I could pick, will I pick this one that is even screaming like this? Of course it's my child. I would have not
picked this one. So how do we handle tantrums? Because I don't have a child yet, but I have nephews and nieces and I intend to have children. So please tell us, ma'am.
Okay, when tantrum is occurring right now, all you have to do is zoom off, as in you need to blank out.
Oh wow.
You need to close your ears to the shouts. Because if you listen, you are going to misbehave as a parent. You're going to hit and the tantrums will increase.
Yeah.
The tantrum increases. So what I do for children and my kids, I blank out. So I had a case. My child, when she was about 2, I thought she was autistic because when she comes into a bright place like this, she starts saying, when she hears noise, she says, so I was watching out for autism. But we just found out it's just her personality. She's just an Isoko babe with a strong will. So, real serious strong will. So I now, after studying her, we were not going public with her for quite a while because of this. So when I decided to start going back to church, this particular day, she started rolling on the ground. Rolling, seriously. And I stood there and I was looking at her, folded my hands. I was like, are you okay? Can you get up? Then a woman came and said, will you get up? If you don't get up, I'm going to spank you. I kept quiet because I know that was not going to do anything.
You kept quiet?
I was looking at my kid. Wow. I just stood up and was looking at her. And when I could muster the strength, I would say, it's okay. Are you okay? It's okay. Can we go in? She said, no, we should go out. She wants to go out of the compound. And the woman came. She actually got up when the woman was there. And till the woman left, she kept quiet. The moment the woman was out of sight, she started again. And that was how we did and left the church that day, still in full tantrums mode. But with time, when she saw that there was no reaction, you know that she can be screaming now. And once I turned my face away, she will scream louder. I turned my face away, she will scream louder. When she has reached her zenith, she will keep quiet. And that was how we solve, and we are still solving tantrums.
There's a lot of tolerance.
A lot of it. It's not the time to do power tussle. No, it gets worse.
I saw a video. The child was on the floor screaming. A Nigerian child actually screaming for ice cream, and the mom was asking her, "What do you want me to do?" And in the comment section, people were like, "You kind of that I would have given this child." I kind of understood the parents because she was just allowing the child express it. You want ice cream, right? Okay, let it out of you. I think that also helps. I don't know.
But let me tell you that there's timeline, I would say, that you give for tantrums. It's between 2 to 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
When your child is 5, 6, and you are telling me tantrum, there's no tantrum in the dictionary for a 5 years old. Okay.
So
what do you do? There's no that you take serious actions. Grounding. Don't take the child out there in the first place. I told you we had to keep my daughter out from the public for a while until she was a bit regulated. The child should know that you are not going to that party because when you get there you fight. You will sit at home. As soon as you are ready to, I will sit. When we go out, we'll give it. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's see if they will behave, man. They will behave. They will behave. If your child is still bullying, throwing tantrums, 6 years old, 7 years old, there's an issue with your parenting. There's an issue.
Okay, so Ma, for those of us that are beginning to like this gentle parenting, I think I like it. What do you think are the challenges that we would encounter, and how do we navigate through all of that?
It will try your patience. Also, you need knowledge. So this approach to tantrum.
Sorry, when you say knowledge, is it knowledge of the Bible or general knowledge?
No, you need knowledge on parenting.
Okay.
You need knowledge on parenting. You have to follow parenting coaches.
Yeah, lots of parents don't do that.
You have to say, okay, this is what I did. This is how I did mine. So that you now know how to fine tune. You need patience. You need knowledge, and then you need a community. Not that I send my child to your house, you will beat the child. It's not going to help.
Yeah.
You choose your community. Okay. I won't bring my child to your house if you are the type that is going to beat.
Okay.
My sister is also an educator.
Okay.
And she used to beat children when she goes to teach them. And I told her, she stayed with me for a long time before she got married. I told her, that hand I used to beat, when you are getting into my house, keep it outside. She has never once, they are with her now, she has never once beaten my children because she knows that I don't beat my child. And I won't take my child just to anywhere just so that you talk down on the child. I am very picky about the community in which my children are being trained in. So you need these three things to make you stay the course. Because if I come to you and you beat your child, along the way, I don't say, Fejiro is responding to beating. Somehow in my mind, I say, I think I let us do beating. So you must be conscious of what you expose your own self to and also what you expose the children to. So you need patience. They will try your patience. They will try. It will try. Gentle parenting will try. It will try you. It will try. Recently, my daughter is not doing so well in maths. And I'm an education, so I have to go inside the room and talk to myself. It's not about the scores, it's about the understanding. How do I make her to understand? I was boiling, the girl was crying in the sitting room. Me, I was angry because I was like, but I came out and said, it's okay. Why are you crying? It's okay. Like you say, your dad said. She got the third in the spelling bee. That was the last, and she was so sad. I just kept on telling her, it's okay. Now let's learn from this. What should we do? How do you now? This is what you are not doing right. This is what I had to, because she's at that level. She must know what she's not doing right, so that she can start taking responsibility.
Okay.
So, in this kind of society that we live in, where gentle parenting is not common, it's getting common maybe with the new generation parents, but it's not common. Like you said, your child was throwing a tantrum and somebody came and shouted. How do we navigate conflicting advice where people come and say, "You're beating your child"? I beat my own one. So how do we navigate that? Because obviously you're going to get a lot of people who are going to talk.
Yes.
People will talk.
People that will question your parenting.
Yes. Even when you say, like you said, choose your community. Even when you choose the people that you want to be around, there are still some people that you cannot really. They're not in your community, but they will see you. They will talk.
Yeah.
There's also family members, maybe distant family members who will talk. Yeah. How do we navigate that, man?
You have to stay true to your belief and what you are doing. You just have to know the benefit outweighs whatever challenge we go through. You know the kind. So I was listening to someone yesterday. His name is Dr. Daniel Amen, and he said something. He said, first of all, what kind of parents do you want to be? You must decide that.
Yeah.
Second, what kind of children do you want to raise? You heard from that guy's podcast yesterday, and I was like, I was so happy to hear it. I listened to it very well and put it down. I said, this will come up today. And he said, everything starts and ends with what you want. Just like I can't take my child to a school because you said your child is in the school, which majority of many parents do. Yeah. Me, I can't do that. I have my reasons for doing what I do with my child because of the end that I have in mind. Yeah. So you just must take a stand for yourself. Like, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm doing. No matter, my mom beats. And when I take my children to my mom's place, my children don't misbehave for my mom to beat, so she doesn't beat them. Okay. But I have other nieces and nephews that my mom will beat because they will behave somehow that, So when we are going, or when they are going to my in-laws' place, I
talk to them.
I program them. This is what you do. You don't do this. This is, and you see, when I say that they want to go out, I remind them so they don't go there and just misbehave. Yeah. So you have to.
So, from all what you said, I will understand that it all entails tolerance, total tolerance. Now, from a parent or a parent who grew up in a home differently, in a home where he or she has been seen beating, and up to a certain age till secondary school, that's over 20 years plus. Can that parent really learn tolerance? And if the parent can actually learn tolerance, how long can that be?
Okay, so I learned something along the way. Growth mindsets come to play here. And growth mindset says, I don't know how to do it yet. Not that I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And growth mindset says, I want to give it a try. Not that I know fit.
Don't just give up.
Don't give up. You just have to try and try and try again. Even with gentle parents, we don't all get it right all the time. Sometimes you might be too lenient. Sometimes you might be too harsh in your decisions. Even when you ground a child, sometimes you just go on. Sometimes the reason the child is misbehaving is because of an ongoing growth.
Puberty,
and they can't just help it. It's not their fault. Especially puberty, adolescent. It's just also these 2 years that they call little devils. It's not their fault.
Terrible tools.
It's not their fault. It's a growth phase. So it will pass. But what you do determines how the child grows, So it's good for you to remind yourself all the time that this is my aim, this is what I want, and put it in your mind that you will make mistakes along the way. There's no perfect parenting style. There's no perfect. If you want to be the authoritarian, it's not also perfect. Because myself as an example, I don't like anything authoritarian. I have, and maybe it was because of growing up. I have issues with if you want to come and be authoritative over me, I'm gone. Unconsciously, I rebel.
Wow.
As in, unconsciously, I just, you cannot say me sit down there and I don't want to sit down. It becomes an issue.
As a mom? Or?
As an adult, as I am, as right now. I have an issue. I have serious issue with submissive, the way African submissiveness. If I see it, I become angered. I don't want it. So if you have a child like me, you can imagine I'm a child that talks to my dad and points at him. You said, why did you say? And he keeps on telling me, this is not acceptable. Where will you go and do this kind of thing? And till now, his words rings in my ears because my bosses that I have worked with, they know you can't treat Tolu anyhow. If I cannot talk, I carry my bag. As you're talking, I am out. I am already in my house. Before so we all have things that we do. So do the children.
Yes.
So do they.
Yes.
So
Yes, like you said, your daughter is a strong good.
Yes.
I actually see where it came from now. Now I understand. But then, are there any situations where gentle parenting just may not work?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I will have to admit that. Even in schools, when we say don't beat, there are cases we advocate you need to punish the child.
Punish by beating?
Yeah, if it's beating, there is the punishment in the setting. All these are setting related.
Okay.
And also contextual.
Yeah.
So you won't catch a thief and say because beating is wrong. They will first of all beat you.
That's true.
That's true. So a child cannot be doing something he knows is wrong, and that is very dangerous. And that's where the West, they're missing it.
Yes.
Something that is very dangerous, and you are still permissive. You are still gentle parent. You don't gentle parent. I will lock you in jail. You might be my child, but you must face the consequence.
Yes.
You must face the consequences. This is the consequence of doing this. You must do that. But it's not in the grooming years. And if you are grooming a child and the child is still trying to find this or fit, but when you have a hardened criminal or a hardened child, there are children that look at the case of a child of a high school student that raped his teacher. Killed the teacher. Wow. These are the cases they have in the West,
Yes.
And we must be very careful not to imbibe and bring it here. That's where balance comes. So you see your child, he goes to someone's house and beats the skin off the child, and you are still gentle parenting the child. That one is no longer gentle parenting. I will drag you to the police station, and they will do what they need to do to you. Even if the police station is not needed, we will go to the police station.
So you can understand
For your own child.
Yes,
you understand
there's a level
the levity of what you're feeling.
Yeah, that's why I say it's contextual, but it's not for your child that did not wash plate, or your child that kicked your TV and it broke by mistake, out of play, or your child that does not listen. You are saying, go and sleep, go and do this. That is not it. I'm talking of children that poison other children. Do you know there are children that poison other children's food?
Yes.
No, it's not about children that have started going into wrong sexual associations.
That also.
You become very strict with such. Yeah, it's another topic. I don't think you should bring it into. That's another extreme. Yeah,
there are times when gentle parenting just will not.
It will not work for
like
those
you said,
settings.
you have to actually do.
You see your child that is misbehaving seriously, that is hurting other children, that is bullying other children. Bullies have mothers, bullies have fathers.
They do.
True.
And if you say you are not gentle parenting, and whatever parenting you are doing, and your child is a bully, it is a failed parenting approach that you have. So if you have a bully, you take the bully after you have tried to talk to the bully. You have explained consequences. You have explained. You take the bully to school and tell everybody that he is a bully. Public tomorrow, you will stop trying to.
This is what they usually do. They bring you in front of assembly.
That's what many people don't realize. Yeah, if you're gentle parenting, at least let the child understand the consequences of their actions.
There must be consequences.
Many people I feel like,
and when you notice you are your child is becoming, I don't know the word is becoming sociopaths. We are now breeding sociopaths.
Nice.
A lot of parents. Children that when the maids come, they will deal with the maids. Have you seen such?
Yes,
they exist. Deal with the maid, and some of them they are dealing with the maid. You are there.
You don't say anything because you're paying somebody.
You are breeding a sociopath. You are nurturing a sociopath. In future, you will do. And some parents, it's just a whole lot of things. We shouldn't enable such, regardless of the approach of parenting.
What about age? When it comes to the age that the child is acting up like that,
just like you said before,
you said there are ages where they are still trying to grow. But what if a growing child is exhibiting certain characters like this?
Like, being a sociopath and being a psychopath. These two things, one thing about parenting generally is that you must be present.
Okay.
You will know. You see those sociopath parents, when they say she killed or psychopath, he killed, they know.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have seen the
seen the
signs,
signs, yes.
but they ignored it.
That's true.
You will know. Your child is autistic, you know.
Yes.
When the child goes to class and he eats people, it's a violence type, and they call you, he's always hitting, and you say no, you are breeding something else. Despite the fact that the child has autism, you are enabling another kind of character that the child will develop into a monster. Yes, so we cannot be enablers. We cannot be enablers. So you will know when the child is not doing age appropriate. A 2-year-old should shout. If your 2-year-old is not shouting, we will advise you to go to the hospital.
Yes.
A 3-year-old should run around and destroy things in the house, and if he's not doing that, he's not climbing, and we need to know: is the child milestones? Is he reaching? If your child is not misbehaving, and you tell your child do this, and the child just does it, you should be afraid. Yes. You should know that. Are you sure how is this child thinking? What is the thinking? What's going on in this child's life? You should be afraid. So you will know. Yeah, you will know.
Oh wow. Nice. So I think she already asked something like this, but many new parents struggle with gentle parenting and implementing it.
Yes.
So how do they try to navigate this? Can you just give a little bit of advice for we youngins who are trying to adopt gentle parenting?
Try to as a teacher, I know how frustrated I was doing this gentle parenting.
It is not easy. It's not easy, honestly. Some children will frustrate you. And sometimes even when they are just being children, your attitude, your anger alone as a person is there. So how do you can you please just give a bit of advice? Exactly. Think of your salary.
Like
you
all
get
this stress for small money.
You just get angry, please, you just hit the child unknowingly. You just slap.
I had a teacher that just hated me because I was not just fine, and I was not paying school fees as I went due.
You see, you're not paying, and then
I'm
as
stressing
a
her.
teacher, I knew the children that were not paying school fees, so they used to anger me even more. I thought not really like a mushroom school, but it wasn't such a big school. So you know that this is the child that will make your salary. So you're just angry. I don't want to mention this, but I'm very sorry. So you're just angry. So how do we actually navigate this as young people who are trying to start out in gentle parenting?
Okay, I will still say again, get knowledge. Second, you need to heal from your traumas. It's an ongoing process. But if we don't heal from our traumas as knowledgeable adults or as adults, you are going to transfer whatever it is that you are feeling onto the child. Yes. So you need to know your triggers. Find out what, like me, when I was telling you about my issue with submissive, I know where it is from. I can trace it, and I know how I work on it, or I'm combating it. You need to know that, I get triggered because I'm angry. There's no money. That is the reason why, when there's no money in the house, the atmosphere changes.
It's different.
Your children. So I tell my daughter, there was a day she asked me, and I said, I'm looking for, do you know what I'm looking for right now? It's not what you are, we don't, and she just laughed. She said, Mommy, what you're looking for, what I'm looking for, is not the same thing. The reason she was able to laugh it out is because we have had discussions where I told her that, when I'm looking for money, my eyes are red. And see, at that time, I'm not even hearing what you're saying. So sometimes I say, I know you're not just in the mood. I know you're not just ready to hear me now. I know I'm being a nuisance to you right now. Then later when I see that, it's becoming too extreme, I call her and say, sorry, I was like this. You need to learn to be apologetic towards the kids.
Yes.
But to answer your question, get knowledge. You need knowledge on these things. I wanted to say that tantrum issue, it was because I read it before then on a group that I am in, a parenting group, that is how to deal with tantrums, because this allowed them to feel their big emotions, because if you shut their big emotions, that's where some of us are having trauma from. Like you said, we cannot express our big emotions. So allow that child to express the big emotion, and then afterwards we will call her and say, you shouted at mommy, you shouted at daddy, or you were shouting outside. That's not the way to behave. In this house, we don't behave like that. That's one word that doesn't leave my mouth when I'm talking to my little girl. In this house, so she begins to know that this is it's acceptable on YouTube. It's not acceptable in this house. At the time she will come and say, mommy. And they're like, in this house, you don't behave like that. You know, so you need to get knowledge. When you get knowledge, be patient with yourself.
With yourself.
Oh, wow. Because there will be slips. There will be slips. Be patient with yourself. Know that you are not perfect on this journey. And then make sure you don't allow it slip under the... Do the right thing immediately. If you made a mistake, you yelled, you beat, you did things that you are not supposed to do, your conscience will tell you as a parent. Especially in our time now that we now know there's something called gentle parenting. It's you are owning your feelings and your act towards the child, but you are still firmly establishing the behavior that you want to see in the child.
Okay, to just add to it, do you think always apologizing to your child will help that child if the child does something wrong and you spank the child? Do you think apologizing always to that child? Because growing up, our parents, of course, they never apologize. So do you think this style of parenting...
So your
yes,
parents do?
They apologize.
You are Gen Z. You are not in that generation.
So do you think it can actually help the child in the long run?
There are skills to this thing that you will learn along the way. Being over apologetic to a child makes them act in another way that we are not talking about today. And that's why we have spoiled children in our classrooms. If you have 30 children right now, you are almost sure that 20 are spoiled. They want you to pick them. If you don't pick them, it's an issue.
Stay there.
You must say sorry. You must beg them. No, that's not gentle parenting. That's permissive parenting.
Okay.
But when you do something, I don't want to say hit, but maybe you let's use hit. You hit the child for doing something wrong. It's not to come and tell, sorry, I hit you.
Okay.
It's to make the child know that I acted in a manner I'm not supposed to act. I'm supposed to be more knowledgeable in doing this thing. There's a way you will communicate to the child that I didn't do what I ought to do in correcting you. This is my aim, but I missed it. So that the child too in future, we know that when I miss my aim, I should correct it. My pastor says something, my bishop says something. Sorry is not sorry. It's not the word. Sorry is not SORRY. Sorry is a change in attitude. So when my child says that tomorrow, when I'm correcting her, I am more in control of my emotions. She knows that she did something that I ought to yell and be very angry, but I am more in control, but at the same time, I am not permissive. I'm raising a strong child. I'm raising a resilient child, and I'm raising a child that will also tomorrow be empathetic. What empathetic means is that you do not dismiss any feelings. So you're angry. It's okay to be angry. That's why I tell her, sometimes you're angry. Mommy, I will cry. It's okay to cry. cry. Sometimes you cry. Yes. Yes.
And our parents will be like, why you? What in
your mouth?
Give me the phone.
That mouth.
Why you cry?
Yeah.
Shebi, you won't cry. You won't cry, Abi. I go give you. I go give you cry. Give me that cake then.
You can't even
I go
cry.
give you cry. That cry, we won't cry. Don't worry.
It's okay to cry, but when you are done crying, do the right thing.
And now I feel like crying.
You can cry, don't worry.
A lot of adults need to recover from the trauma that our parents dealt us.
Many of us need to actually.
A lot of us.
Need to heal. Before we start parenting,
Yes.
we need to heal. And that's why I tell people that being a parent it goes beyond bringing a child to the world.
Yes,
it goes
yes.
beyond that. If you have not healed as a person, I don't think you should have children. It's not really about finances or whatever. You can have all the money in the world, but if you are not ready to parent, don't bring a child, because
That's so true.
last what you raise, not who, but what you raise, Lord knows.
You don't want to know.
People tend to parent children differently. Sometimes some people say, oh, the last born does not get the same version of the same parent, same person, but different versions of parenting. Yeah. People parent a boy child different from the way they parent the boy child. They parent their first child different from the way they parent their last child and all of that. So why do you think people do that, especially for the gender? Why do people train the male child differently from the female child, and should it be encouraged or discouraged?
Okay, why is because of societal expectation, societal behavior, the norm, what we all know. So the boy child is king, so to speak, and the girl child is the servant. Yeah. So you want to train your servants to know how to do the chores perfectly. You want to train your servants like girl to be able to serve, and then the boy should know how to demand and exercise his authority, and that's what was passed on to my generation especially, but it's changing in this Gen Z and whatever generation. My child keeps telling me they plenty names, generation X, she keeps telling me she's Gen Z and
she's a slash and Gen Z.
So I said, okay. So what am I saying is that now these children, even at 10 years old, they are demanding for their rights. They're like, why should he be treated differently? And they're not saying it like us that we could not say it out. We were questioning it in our mind, but society was but now they are like, no, all that they are exposed to. So why? It's because of society. And should it be encouraged? No. Children are children. Boy or girl, they are children. They are to be guided. And that's why we are parents. Also, roles now, there are no roles. That's why I tell people now again, there are no gender roles anymore. You can be a man and you are the one at home. You are the one babysitting, you are the one cooking. There are men like that. It's strange to the African man. I was telling somebody, do you watch Bluey? The dad in Bluey is strange to the African man. How will you be rolling on the floor? Your children are rolling all over you.
And that's why some people say they won't let their children watch Bluey.
As a father, when I come in, I should command the president that they all stand at attention, even without me saying stand at attention. And until I say at ease, before they are at ease. So the society we are in.
Hello. And welcome to another mind-blowing episode of Unscripted Seat. Yes, I said mind-blowing because every week we blow your mind. I remain the beautiful Z of the good life, the Gen Z of the house. And I am not alone. I have the beautiful, the delectable, the Ankara queen herself, Debbie Billions. This your Ankara today is giving. You look good, baby.
Thank you.
You look fine.
Thank you, Z.
And we have the husbandman. Our daddy,
Mommy.
our has shawarma,
Stop it.
barbecue, pepper soup, chocolate, anything sweet what you want to call him. Naim he be. We have Edafe, the mouthpiece.
Gracias.
You're looking good too.
Thank you.
Today everybody's just looking serving. Everybody's serving. Model vibes. Okay, what are we doing today? What are we giving today, John Dumelo?
No. Ramsey Noah with a touch of Kunle Remy.
With this black skin, Ramsey Noah.
No, the outfit.
Yeah, the outfit, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, then his skin is Jim Ike.
Okay. I see. You'll be fine. Today is going to be mind-blowing. See, when I say mind-blowing, I know what I am talking about. We have somebody in the room with us. He is a voiceover artist, an actor,